Welcome. What's up, everybody? I just went and, harvested this cat off the couch. She was asleep. And I was like, you know, if you're gonna sleep, you should really just sleep in here where people can see you. Right? Like, doesn't that make sense? I think she agrees with me. But unfortunately, because I had the cat, I was supposed to turn on the AC in the other room because it's starting to get real warm in this apartment. I was supposed to turn on the AC and I didn't. What are you doing? And now I have a cat in my lap, so I don't think I'm getting up. I also wanted to put ice in my water because it's getting quite warm in here. But we're just gonna live our lives, and then eventually when she gets up, so punchy. What's up, dudes? Hazel, I got the shadow hidden priest hidden appearance. Congrats, Derville. My chat blocked out for the 10 countdown. Oh man. Yeah, what's up, Javier? Narwhal and Dovahkiin and Eric and Joe and Omer and Sebastian and Ali, and you guys are all here. So, I figure, actually, you know what I wanted to do first, and I think I do want some water with ice in it. Can we work that out? What are you gonna, can I just put you on the chair and you can stream for a sec? Because this is lukewarm and that's unacceptable. I mean, you're warm, right? Isn't Saturday? It's not Saturday, it's Friday. At least in the United States. It may be Saturday in some parts of the world. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a real quick look-see through the Reddit AMA that the WoW devs are doing and see if anything interesting came out of there. It seemed like a lot of very specialized class stuff, so if that's the case, then I probably won't spend too much time on it. But after that, I really want to... And I feel like there was something else I was supposed to do that I've forgotten. But unless I remember what it was I was supposed to do... Look at this guy. Look at his mustache. Look at his beautiful mustache and his abs, you know? And like this plate, these boots and that tail. Ugh, look at him. And his ponytail, it's good stuff. So I wanted to spend some time on him. I've got him set up to be blood so I could tank some dungeons. We could do some quests. I want to do a little bit of leveling because I'm very close to being finished this. I need another 2/3 of an artifact power level and then I get my Benfu and then I can... you know, plunk that back down in the list and promote Hazelnutty wherever he went. I lost him already. There he is. Actually, you know what we should do first, though? First, before we even go into the other thing, is I haven't done my Ritual of Doom yet, so let's see if I can get a Hateful Eye. Let's do a poll for what this stream will be. Hazel's a thing for Drenna, guys. I'm not going to deny that at all. Hazel, are you planning to play the Necromancer in Diablo? No. I don't play a lot of Diablo. I pretty much only play Diablo when my guild peer pushes me into it, and I always regret it. It's too much clicking. It's very hard on my hands to click that much. There's not nearly that much clicking in WoW. So, here I am on my little 106 Warlock. I don't do any damage, but I have the button to summon the dude, so all I need to do is make sure that I have my Soul Stone. I mean, it's 13 minutes, so we can refresh that a little bit. Soul Stone, Health Stone, and I need to find a grape. Ugh, my keyboard is so far away because I can't scoot all the way under my desk because I have a cat. Doom? I'm salty because I got Ritual of Doom and someone in my party got the pet. If that happens, ask them if they have it already. Because people can get dupes, and if they don't want it, they can trade it to you. Now, having said that, that hasn't happened to me yet, but what are you gonna do? Ritual of... Oh, no, I start a group, and then I call it Ritual of Doom. That's right. So usually if you're doing this, you want to leave it on auto-accept or people just won't join. If somebody joins and not a warlock, you can just kick them. This might take a minute or two. But if any of you are warlocks on right now in Alliance NA, you want to come do the Doom thing, you can be any warlock as long as you have access to the class hall. That'll do. I just checked your armory. Why you have 150 int on my legendary cloak? Do I have 150 int on my legendary cloak? Let me check my own armory. I thought I had 200. Maybe not. Actually, you know what? The binding of int enchant, like the good cloak int enchant. I'm an enchanter, so I make all my enchants myself. And the good cloak int enchant I didn't have for the longest time because I didn't know where to get it and I was too lazy to Google it. So for like months and months I didn't have that. And I probably just enchanted that cloak back in that day. Pick up kitty, pet ferociously, put down with a smile, meow, space clear. Yeah, but I want the cat to like hang out in the office. After I do this, if she's still here, I will, I'll go ice up my water anyways. Hi, Hazel. First time I'm able to catch a live stream. What's up, Bella? So, I really would like to level my Death Knight today. Nobody wants to Ritual of Doom? Did I do this wrong? I put it in Dungeons and Raids. I need to put it in questing or custom. Was I looking in Dungeons and Raids before? I've been having some issues with the group finder. I thought I put it in there. Doom? Doom. Alright, well I'm gonna put it in questing. Start questing, yeah. Ritual of Doom. No, just 2 O's. I don't want people to think I'm quirky. Thanks for the super chat, Ellipse. Oh, it does go off. Okay, so it went off. Where's the... Oh, there it is. I found it. Hi, Hazel. How are you today? I am doing splendidly, although I am quite warm. I have the AC cranked up, but I kind of have, I don't know if I have a good way to show you this. I kind of have, like, a curtain halfway covering the AC. Half of it is, like, open so that the air can get into the room, but the other half has to cover it because there's also... Oh, there you guys are. There's also, like, sunshine cranking into the room, and it really ruins the lighting in here. So, I will wait for the other 2 people to show up. First time watching the stream, welcome! Does the Demon Hunter thing also drop the eye? Yes. So, the Demon Hunter class order hall buff boss thing can also drop the Hateful Eye. It's the only class-specific pet that is shared between 2 classes. But yeah, you can get it in a Warlock or a Demon Hunter. Apparently, I can get it on neither. I've been trying this for a long time. Alright, so as soon as we have 3, we're going to start. There's 1. I'm 2. Where's the 3rd one? Any minute now. I have tea, but it's hot tea. I figured that the AC would keep it cool in here, but I forgot about the lights. The lights kind of counteract the AC, so it might be warm for a while. Hazel, have you ever played Black Desert? And if so, what's your thoughts on it? Oh, man. So, Black Desert. I'm playing Black Desert right now, technically. It's in my system tray. I'm fishing. I love BDO. Oh, thanks, Norma. Yay for Friday live stream. Woo! I love Fridays. I love the live stream specifically on Fridays because it's all right, there we go. We got some people here. It's good. So, Black Desert. I love Black Desert because it is such a different thing from WoW and because nobody knows me in Black Desert. I don't have a guild. I don't have any friends. I don't have anything to really do, and it's such a sandboxy game that I can just log on to it, catch some fish, train a horse, grow some potatoes, make some beer. Like, I like doing specifically the life skills stuff. The combat's great, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the combat in Black Desert, but I have WoW for that. Oh, kitty, you getting up? Oh, I need to trim your claws. They are sharp right now. You can get up. It's okay. You can just wander off to your cubby and I'll turn the camera on for you. You can be a star. You can be a TV star. She just wants to sleep here. But yeah, I love BDO. I love doing life skill stuff only, and it's very much an escapism thing for me. It's very much like Animal Crossing. That's the same kind of reason I play Animal Crossing or even Pokemon. It's just to play a game that's like not WoW, has nothing to do. Oh, Trudy Tinker got it. /S. Do you have that hateful eye already? Question mark? I can't do whispers because I have my whispers disabled. So I'm putting it to say, Trudy Tinker? Does Trudy Tinker have it already? Is it a dupe? Kin has? Oh. First, was that really all of it? First time I have ever been knocked off. Oh, man. What are your thoughts on the Hunter class mount? Oh, thanks, Sean. Hunter class mount thoughts. It's a weird looking thing. It's cool in that it's very unique, but I always look at it and it kind of hurts my brain a little bit. Trying to, oh, somebody else got it too. Tiasilla also got it. Why does everybody get it but me? I do. I super do. Like, super duper. I won't put that part. Oh! Yay! Oh my god. Oh my god. OMG. Thank you so much. Exclamation points. I'll put 4 of them. There we go. Love the stream. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Also, thank you to Osweden? I don't know how to say that, but love your WoW cookbook shows. Aw, thanks. Did I finish my thoughts about the Hunter class mounts? It looks weird. It's a weird animal. It's a cool looking mount, and I like how unique it is. I'm gonna drop this script now. I got my hateful eye, guys. Ugh. And by I got my hateful eye, I mean one of you got the hateful eye and gave it to me, which I very much appreciate. Oh, let's look at it. I'm gonna go level it up and check it out. Also, my cat's moved now, so I'm gonna ice up this water real quick. I will be right back. Okay, so Kitty left. Kitty left, so there's not going to be any, cat cam, at least for now. She might come back. Oh, I'm sitting on something. Am I sitting on Velcro? Oh, no, this is just a new dress, and it has like 19,000 tags. I forgot to cut those out. Welcome, Scylla. Oh, thanks, AC Summers. It's the best. What's I done? Oh, yeah, the cookbook shows. So I have some stories about the cookbook shows, or at least about setting up the next one. Hang on. Will you be lucky enough to be graced with the presence of the cat? She doesn't seem to really, like, she was on my lap for a bit just now, but I think it's a little bit too warm in here. She was kind of heading for the couch, so maybe not today. There's also a way to make Heidi look like a demon. Aw, dang. The Paladin Mount's cool. It's a little bit generic, but it's also very cool in how generic it is. So I need to, so now that I learned the pet, right? I remember to learn the pet. I think I did. Hateful Eye has been added to my journal. So I'm going to swap onto my main real quick. Have some of this water. Yeah, the mage, I got everything. I have literally one of everything on this page. Most of them are level 100. A couple of them are higher than that. I have a 110 priest and a druid and a monk. 106 lock. And then my poor, sad little level 60 Death Knight. But we're going to level up the Hateful Eye and take a look at its moves. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do Ritual of Doom anymore. I used to get, like, all stressed out when I would, like, forget to do it. Or I would try to do it, it wouldn't let me, even though I hadn't done it in, like, a day or two. Hazel, do you play Overwatch? I really want to know. I do play Overwatch. I haven't finished my placement matches for this season yet, because I don't play very often. I mostly just play with my friends. But I play mostly tanks and healers, so, you know, the typical girl gamer Mercy. I like Mercy. I like Ana, Zenny, Lucio. So pretty much all the healers except for that other one. No, that's it. That's all of them. And then Roadhog was really fun. They nerfed him a little bit. But Roadhog's fun. Reinhardt's fun. I'm trying to play Genji lately. I've been trying to learn Genji because Genji is actually, aside from maybe Tracer, Genji is the hero that I am by far the worst at. And that makes it really fun. So I just, like, go by myself. I don't let my friends come with me because I am so awful and I don't want anybody to, like, get annoyed by how awful I am. I want to annoy random people that can't talk to me. So I get out of all chat and I play Genji and I play Quick Player like Arcade. And I am the worst Genji on the planet, but it's really fun. I get so excited when I kill people. I used to have the thing change. How do you... Oh, okay. Every now and then I want to play a hunter. And then I remember I can't play else in this game. So I'm going to pick up an ultimate battle training style. I might need more of them, actually. If I look at my pet journal and I see... I have a couple of dupes I need to sell. Alright, so the Hateful Eye... Oh, no, that is the only one. I already have these upgraded and leveled up. Those are some extras that somebody sent me. So I'm going to go ahead and... that one. Oh, yeah, I have to summon it. What do I think I'm doing? Hateful Eye, alright, so... Oh, it's so green! I looked at the model on Wowhead, and I was taken aback by how green the aura was, but now I have it in game, I see that it really is just that green. Okay, so now that we have it at level 25. Hateful Eye, it's got focused beams, Blast of Hatred. It's not that slow. Oh, it's got bump and attack. 325 is a real good attack. It doesn't have very much health, kind of squishy. But it's a magic pet, so being squishy is almost okay as a magic pet, because you're pretty much guaranteed 3 rounds as long as they're hitting you with big single-hit attacks. It wasn't quite recently, but somebody asked me if I'd done Tomb of Sargeras. I have been through Tomb of Sargeras. We're 9 of 9 normal. We are 3 of 9 heroic. I'm assuming we're going to progress a little bit farther next week, because we're done our raid times for the week. Tomb's cool. Tomb's cool. Kil'jaeden was a little bit meh. Kil'jaeden felt like there should have been more going on in that fight, but I only did it in normal, so maybe heroic will be crazier. So let's see. Blast of Hatred, focus beams. Eye Blast reduces their speed, so that's kind of counterintuitive, because you want to be slower than them to get that off, which means you wouldn't want to use Eye Blast and Blast of Hatred. We also have Drain Power, which reduces their damage, increases your damage, lots of magic. So this is pretty much all magic damage. We have Dark Rebirth, which is useful. Dark Rebirth is really useful, especially if you can pull that off in PvP. It drives people nuts. And then Interrupting Gaze. Okay, so you've got Eye Blast, Interrupting Gaze, which is good, because you can make them slower, and 276 is pretty average, so you can make them slower than average, assuming they're somewhere in that range, and then you can interrupt them, so that's good. It's only magic damage. This is only going to be super effective against flying pets, and flying pets tend to be faster than you anyways, because of their buff, unless you, like, laser it down a couple times, and by the time you've lasered it down a couple times, you might not even need to do that, so this is all, I would almost prefer, that's a lot of damage, though. This is iffy to me. I don't know if I would use this. I like his attack stat, but I'm not seeing, like, an immediate niche for him. Oh, Tomb Yeah, two Mr. Garrus. Who's looking forward to Argus? Apparently, when you defeat him, you can see it. Oh, when you defeat two Mr. Garrus, you can see it in the sky. I've seen screenshots thrown around online. I must have not been looking and paying attention when I did that because I did not notice at all. Can you do a pet battle starting guide for people without level 25 pets? Yeah, actually, so if you go to my channel, there's a guide about leveling pets 1 to 25 in Legion. Not the old one, not the 3-year-old one. If it's got a picture of, like, Dragonblight Temple or a human, it's the wrong one. You want the new Legion one. And basically, the gist of that guide, I'll sum it up for you right now. You go into this shop in Dalaran, assuming that you have a character that's at least level 100. So you go into this shop, you buy yourself one of these, you slap that on your shoulders, and then you go play the game for a while. You're going to get piles of pet charms to drop that will contain, well, pet charms. And then once you have at least 45 pet charms, you go to this lady, and you start buying these things, which will instantly level a pet for you from 1 to 25. And then basically you just continue doing that repeatedly until you have the pets that you need to do more world quests that'll give you more pet charms to do it more. You level pets that you can use to 2-pet chambers. So you go to my channel, you look through all my 2-pet strategies. You decide, I want to learn how to 2-pet Ashley and Aki and what's in the good one, like Vishar, and you boost the pets that you need for that. Spoiler alert, you want Mechanical Pandar and Dragonlink. You really want them. You really, really want them. And then you start doing 2 pets to level more. But basically, to get your first pet up, it's no longer needed to level from scratch. You don't need to be doing level 3, 5, 10, 15 pet battles. Just get the boon of the Zookeeper, farm up some pet charms with that, and use those pet charms to buy your first boost. It's much faster. Hazel, what server are you on? I play on Dalaran NA. Pet charms do not drop a lot, though. Yeah, but you don't need them to drop a lot. You just live the game. You live the game, you play your life. You play the game and live your life, and you'll get enough. It won't like if you're actually sitting down and farming it and you're like, okay, I need to have a level 25 pet team by 6 p.m. tonight, then you might have a problem. But if that's the case, then I want to know what you're doing in your life, because I've never heard of anybody needing pets that urgently. It's something that I think is best done kind of like alongside other things. Hazel, please look at the sky. Oh, so it's not just in the raid. Like, I can actually see it. It's right the heck there. It's just flat art though, right? Like, there's no perspective or anything. It's just, that's what it looks like. So that's where we're going at 7.3, huh? It looks a lot like the Broken Shore. I'm tired of black rock and lava, man. I want another troll raid. Fight me. That is cool. I like to call your add-ons Hazelnutty UI. I'll hail for it. Was that Black Desert or Black Desert Online? Is there a difference? It's BDO. It's Black Desert Online. Is the life skills game that I like to play. I play on Lightbringer. It's flat art and it's everywhere, all the capital cities. Oh, I understand. I like how big it is. That's kind of cool. I never would have noticed that if you hadn't told me to look up, though. Okay, so I feel like we're going to take a break from mountain runs for this week because we've done that like 2 weeks in a row now, and I want to do a little bit of Death Knight leveling. Just a little bit. Because the bonus week this week is Battlegrounds. I don't really feel like doing Battlegrounds, but I want to level my Death Knight. So if any of you are on Alliance, North America, and you have alts in the level like 58 to 64 range that are healers or DPS, and you want to come with me on some dungeons, now would be a good time to start logging on, assuming that you're home. I am going to review my buttons again because I have never tanked before on a Blood Death Knight my whole entire life. And I'm going to review my buttons, and then I'm going to put a group in the dungeon in the group finder. And then once we have 5, I'm just going to start queuing. I have some quests for Outland, but I'd rather do this with dungeons. I've upgraded my heirlooms. I thought I did anyways. Yeah, 3 of 3 upgrades in my heirlooms. So these should take me all the way to 110. I just need to get to that point. I was going to buy a boost because I don't really have all that much time in my life, but I figure if I buy a boost, I'm not going to know what I'm doing. I need at least a couple levels to get used to my stuff. And I feel like with all the heirlooms and dungeons and whatever, I'm probably going to level pretty fast. Did I transmog that sword? Oh, no, I didn't. I need to transmog that sword. Do I have a cool sword? It's very, very important to look cool. So, transmog sword. Well, I have, I could make it into a lightsaber. Should we do a lightsaber? It weirds me out, the Blood DK's tank with a two-hander. I know I do the same thing, basically, with my monk. I've got this crazy big red thing. I've got Zinrock. When did I get Zinrock? That's from the starting area, I think. I can only use blades up to level 60 equip, which is why this is such a short list. You cannot transmog a weapon that is a higher level than you would be able to equip normally, so my options are kind of limited. There's a couple of cool ones. Once I hit level 70, I'll have access to all the Burning Crusade raid stuff. we're kind of gonna do a lightsaber. We're kind of gonna run around with a lightsaber. All right. It's cheaper and pretty fast just to do recruit a friend, but then I have to actually recruit a friend. And you know, playing with other people? WoW is a single player game. Everybody knows that. Although, so, alright, quick button review. This one, Marrow Rend. 2 runes. Okay, so my runes are tracked up here. My UI doesn't tell me which one is which, and I don't know how important that is for somebody that's not... I'm not gonna, like, raid. I'm not gonna do crazy PvP. I'm not gonna be very good. All I need to do is level it, get Concordance of Legion Fall on all 3 weapons, so grind a boatload of artifact power, and then do the Breaching the Tomb campaign, which is extremely easy. So I just need to do basically questing content, so I don't need anything crazy. But anyways, 2 runes. I guess are there? Oh, there aren't rune types. They're just runes, right? I know there used to be like blood runes and shadow runes. Did they take those out? I haven't played a Death Knight in a long time. Okay. Oh, but that generates charges of Bone Shield, so I need a weak aura to track my Bone Shield uptime. I'm gonna go to Wowhead and look at Bone Shield and see if I can make myself the quickest weak aura on the planet. Because I was told that I need to, so like, oh, well, there's nothing to attack. Let me go to a target enemy. This one is Heart Strike, hits them, reduces their movement speed. Death and Decay that's like my Consecrate. That's gonna help me get, AoE aggro, basically. Oh no, sorry, that's Blood Boil. Which is, again, AoE aggro. Also puts dots on people? Yeah, so that'll put AoE dots on people. So that's like... Remember when Thunderclap would put a dot on people? Yeah. It would like, apply Rend. I'm trying to relate this to other tanks that I've actually played. And then Death and Decay, that's my Consecrate. While you remain in the area, Heartstrike. Oh, I'll cleave with Heartstrike. Okay. Necrotic Tendril. I like Tendrils. As a Shadow Priest, I have a great deal of experience in Tendrils. Deals damage, applies Blood Plague. Okay. So I want to maintain Blood Plague through either Blood Boil, which has a 7-second recharge, or just Death's Caress on 1 target. Wraithwalk, Death Grip, sure. MS. This is my Taunt over here. I guess it's a fine button for it. That's on my mouse. These are all my mouse buttons, and these are my gamepad buttons. That's a mount. Get out of here. Dancing Rune Weapon. That seems like a big cooldown. Big old cooldown. Another big old cooldown, and Asphyxia. Okay. So if I am hitting a target enemy that I can actually hit, where's one I can hit? None of them. Oh, over here. There we go. I found it. I found mine. So if I hit it with this, all right. So I gain 3 stacks of Bone Shield. So all I need to do is go to Wowhead. You can export. Oh, I've completely forgot. We were gonna look over the AMA. Should we still do that? Or should we just play Bone Shield? So I want the buff. There's so many. It's listed in so many places. Surrounds me. Very Rolling Bones. Damage taken reduced. Haste increased. I could probably get a... I'm going to just try a couple of these. Weak Aura. 1 to 10... Yeah, 1 to 10 stacks, basically. But I also needed to have a duration. Maybe I won't worry about it for now. I don't think it's that important. Did I miss anything? Got back. I did, in fact, see Argus. I was very surprised by it. I didn't know it was there. Was it you that made the video about the add-on that helps you farm mounts from dungeons and raids? If by that you mean the Simple Armory Mount Planner, I did make a video about that. I did. It's not an in-game add-on, though. So, although they may have an in-game add-on that I don't know about. Okay, so I'm going to actually, real quick, we're going to take a quick look at the Reddit AMA that the WoW devs were doing this afternoon and see if anything interesting that kind of applies to more than just, like, one person was over here. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put this over my screen, and I'm going to try and figure out how to show it to you guys. I don't think there's anything, yeah. Okay, so middle monitor. There we go. I can leave my cam up. Actually, you know, I'll move my cam real quick. Brio. Move. Scooch. There we go. Nothing important happens over here. So, starting 1 p.m. So, it's been up for 2.5 hours. The official time has come. Okay. So the thing I noticed when I was scrolling through this is there was a huge amount of aggregate posts. So, like, the Peak of Serenity and, like, the Ravenholt and, like, all of these different communities of a certain type of class on like their websites and whatever got together and put together questions. In this case, a bajillion questions. Like this one Babylonius guy from the Peak of Serenity has just written up a whole website's worth of questions. And I don't know if I actually answered any of them. Like, you would think that the other thing was normally the people that are answering will get little flags. I know they have WoW appended on the end of their name. Like, for example, I'll find one. Somewhere. Did they answer any of these? I might actually just go, yes, so Staff of Alter Time is another mage website. This is actually a great place to find out where the websites are that cover info of your class. If you didn't know where to get info for your class, you could go and just find out who's representing. Like, there's a Paladin Discord server. Where? Okay, so this is, they do have a tag. So this is an actual answer. But this stuff is all very, like, class-specific. Eagle. I know part of it was supposed to be class design, but I thought they were all, I guess it's specific classes. You know, I'm just gonna play the game. Oh, no. And, probably check out the, I'll probably check out, like, the Cliffs Notes version, the MMO Champion Summary later, because that seems like a little bit too chunky to read through on stream. Hazel? No? What's up? Wife and I are watching for the first time. Welcome, Swine Sausage. What is your favorite color? Mine is mint. Oh, I was gonna say green, but mint sounds much more specific. Anyways, although I do like a good dark foresty green. Mint is a close one though. So I'm gonna make a dungeon start group. Title is going dungeons. Can I just say? You know what? I'm gonna put this in custom. I'm gonna put this in custom. So in the custom group section, the title is gonna be Hi, I'm Hazel. And then we're gonna be looking for 58 to say 63 leveled people of DPS and the healer variety to come with me on some dungeons. If we can't find anybody, I'll just queue normally. But I figure if any of you want to come, then we can get some of you in here. Vacation starts now. Aw, oh, man. Mint isn't a color, it's a flavor. It is also a color. It's like a very light, it's like a light hybrid between blue and green. Are you blood or unholy? I am blood right now. I kind of like the idea of unholy. No, level 58 through 63. 58 through 63. We're doing leveling dungeons. 58 through 63. If you have an alt. Then we'll do that. Okay, I'm specifically queuing for dungeons. Pastel green? Yeah, it's kind of like a pastel green. I think I like frost for, Oh, those are, okay, so those are level 59. So I've got a DPS and I've got a healer. Pardon me. I mean, that's still level 110, but you'd think it would show me their level and not their item level. I guess this is geared towards, although we have 2 tanks now. I'm tanking. I'm just telling you right now, I mean, it's fine, but I am tanking. It's geared towards people making groups at max level. Does anyone know a good mage slutmog and where to get it? Check out my mage. Alright, so that is a level 60 warrior, which is good. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2. We need 1 more, right? Okay, so that's a level 60 priest. Okay. So I think our composition might be a little wonky. I think we have 2 healers and 2 tanks and 1 DPS. Anybody that wants to do something different, I'm queuing for a random Burning Crusade dungeon. I'm queuing as tank. You guys can delist. You guys can figure out what you want to queue as. But I'm tanking. Finding the group only works in your battle group. Not battle group, but region. You have to be in North American Alliance, but we're full now. So we'll figure it out. It's a level 60 dungeon. What's the worst thing that can happen? Thanks for the great Sundowner pet guide. Thanks for watching it. I donated, well, not donated, but I spent most of my weekend on that, so I'm very glad that people still needed it by the time I got it up. So I'm gonna pick up some quests here, and then I am just gonna, how do I pull stuff? I grip it? Oh, yeah. Let's put down some D&D. I have a macro, I think. I have D&D macro. Blood Boil? Okay, good. So I see their dots. Where's Death Strike? Isn't that supposed, okay, that one's Death Strike. That one heals me. It requires a lot of runic power, though. So runic power's up there. I'm at 25%. I could probably use like a big weak or a. I'm gonna pull a bunch of stuff because it seems like we can do that. So nice D&D, nice blood boil. As long as I'm in the D&D, my heart strike cleaves, and that's the middle button. Death strike will heal me. I definitely need like some kind of a weak aura or UI that tracks both my health, my bone shield, because I've been totally forgetting to put up bone shield. But yeah, health, bone shield. I need to actually remember to get those thingies. I will try and do that. Get it back here. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I didn't think that would be so fun. Like, you know, when you've got like you're tanking and you're like, hey, come on, get over here. Here, bear, that kind of thing. When you can actually literally physically pick it up and yank it the heck over to where you're standing, that is fun. That is fun. Here, bear. These aren't bears. My guild just has a thing. We were in. It's not even funny. I don't even know why it became a joke, but it's hilarious to me. Me and my guild were in Halls of Valor, and my buddy was tanking on a paladin, and there's like bears in that one place. Maybe it was actually Dark Art Thicket. It was Dark Art Thicket. There's bears in there. And he taunted one, and he was like, here, bear. And for whatever reason, I laughed for like an hour, and I will never let the here, bear meme die, because I just think it's great. So that person's going to come over here. I can't D&D that often. Can I D&D more often later? Here we go. Because, it's 15 seconds. I guess I shouldn't need to really, like, in later dungeons, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than that to get the poles ready. So if I yank that person over here, and I put down my Death and Decay, Blood Boil. So it seems pretty easy to pick up aggro. That's something I was really struggling with on other tanks, especially at lower levels before you have all your buttons. I guess I'm at level 60, so I should have most of my buttons. But I was struggling to pick up aggro on like multiple targets, even on my my monk at higher levels. I'd be just like rushing Jade Winding around and being like, man, I really hope that makes them mad. But with this, you can, between D&D and Blood Boil and the fact that your heart strike then cleaves, we don't need all of this, but we're taking it. It seems pretty easy to pick up a lot of stuff, because now I have dots in them all. And then I can taunt that guy over there. I haven't been taunting at all. I don't think I pressed my taunt once. Oh, I'm disarmed. That's unfortunate. How am I supposed to death strike if I'm disarmed? Death strike your runic power cap. That's probably true. This isn't my first time playing a Blood Death Knight ever, so I'm going to be real bad, and that's fine. This is not a terribly complex or difficult dungeon. I'm just kind of learning where the buttons are. But I like them so far, so that's... Oh, I'm stunned. Oh dear. Oh dear! I'm going to press some buttons. I'm going to press all the buttons. I have officially all of my cooldowns up. And he's dead! That's the secret to playing WoW, guys. Just press every button. Panic press all your cooldowns. Just keep them in one spot so you can just like smack your hand down on them when you panic. And everything will turn out okay. So make sure that you loot him if you're in here. If you're in the group and you have the quest, he drops his hand. You need to get his hand. This is going alright. I think I have a slight form PTSD after doing this dungeon so much. This one in particular is rough. Let me get them in. Okay. This one in particular is rough because it sticks you in here forever. Like, you start queuing into here at level 58, and it doesn't, like, start putting you in... You can start getting other dungeons as early as, like, 62, but it doesn't really start doing it in the random dungeon finder queue until, like, 65. It's, like, 7 levels of the same dungeon, which is, like, excessive. So it can get a little, but at least it's short. This was like the beginning of them realizing that dungeons don't have to be 5 hours long. And I appreciate doing like a nice short dungeon. I need to be kicking that fear. Where's my kick? How do I kick somebody? Is it if that's asphyxiate? I mean, that'll do. That'll get the job done, but how do I kick somebody? Where's my that thingy that Death Knights do to me in dungeons? Is it instead of asphyxiate? Where am I going? Where am I going? This way. Oh, well, I got these ones. So Blood Boil, sure, a little Death Striking, a little Heart Strike. Oh yeah, the Bone Shield, I need a Bone Shield, Weekora. I should make one later. Let's head this way. Yeah, we can get these guys. We can pick them all up. Come here. Oh. Here, bear. Here, bear. As I go on about how easy it is to keep aggro, I suddenly lose it on everything. So I'll throw an AMS out just because there's some caster dudes around. Might help. A little more D&D. That guy's getting gripped in. Death Strike. And it looks like we are in good shape. My healer needs some mana though, so I'm gonna sit here. Is he good? Is he gonna drink? He's good? Okay. We're coming up to a boss. Oh no, he's gonna eat. I'm gonna sit right here. Thank goodness for a healer that remembered to bring water to a leveling dungeon. I never remember. Absolutely never. 1000% never. Why is this, like, why is that blinking? It shouldn't be blinking. Someone just put up a portal in my DK class hall? How is this possible? A portal? Like a mage portal? That's weird. That's extremely weird. I'll kick, you're a rogue DK. No, but like, you know, kick people. How do I kick them? Where's my kick? Is it asphyxiate? Did I talent out of it? Did I take asphyxiate instead of something else? No, I didn't. No, I don't have any asphyxiate buttons. So that bro is gonna be on me. I have, oh, it shows me my stacks on the Mara rent. I understand. Okay. They can totally kick people. I've been kicked before. Asphyxiate, blood oil, rune weapon, death decay, death grip, death sky, caress. Oh yeah, that's that thing. Alright, well, I don't... Mind Freeze, 62! They don't give you your kick until level 62? What? In what world do I not need to kick something before level 62? There's people casting fear in here! They're fearing! This is... unacceptable. It's baseline for blood? Oh, okay, cool. You started playing Lightbringer since the end of December 2016. I kept getting ganked there on my PvP server every time. Oh, because you got ganked on your PvP server. Yeah, I don't really have any patience for PvP servers. And it's not because I don't like PvP. PvP is great, but world PvP is something completely different and not particularly exciting. Hazel, where are you from? I am Canadian. I am from the west coast of Canada, like British Columbia, Vancouver Island-ish area. That's where I'm from. I would very much like to go back and visit sometime, but saving up for a house. That's the dream, though. One day I want to be able to just like fly up there for like just all sorts of just random holidays and just be like, "Sup, Mom? I'm home. I hope you have room in your couch." Which I don't think she will. She has a very small couch. So here's the last boss. I wonder how many times we're actually gonna have to do this. If I have to run this one dungeon more than 3 times, I may get bored and put up a poll deciding what else to do. We might end up just running some Mog or Mountain runs instead. But let's go turn these quests and see how far that got me, because I started at level 60. Still level 60. There is a very strong chance that I just get bored of this and buy a boost, to be honest. that is firmly on the table. I mean, it's $60 and I have heirlooms, but it's like so many levels. There's so many levels in this game now. Hazel, you are my idol. Aw, shucks. World PvP makes everyone get one shot by level 107 rogues. Isn't that like a twinking bracket? Or is that 101s? I know people twink in order to farm, oh, I see. So now I'm still level 60. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the instance group. We'll fill the spot and then I'll do one more. I don't know if I'm gonna be engaged enough to do the dungeon thing for the whole stream too. Also, it makes it a little bit hard for me to read chat. Hi from France. Welcome. PvP is nice, but Dollar on NA is better. Everyone's talking about Dollar on NA. That's why I play in a PvE realm. No need to. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna queue. We can pick up somebody from LFG. Ganked while leveling, and I can PvP when I want to with battlegrounds and arenas. Yeah, seriously. Like if I have 15 minutes before I have to go somewhere or start doing something, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do some Pet Battle World Quests. I just want to do the Pet Battle World Quest. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to fight a dude. I don't want to kill a dude. I don't even care if I win or lose. I just don't want to. I'm very picky about what I do once I've decided to do something. Get the Midsummer 10% XP buff. Oh, you're right. You're right. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisy doodle. Didn't mean to forget that. I have that in my video. I literally made a video about Midsummer. And I was like, you know what? I really like sitting by the pole and getting the buff between dungeon queues. And here I am queuing dungeons on my alt that needs leveling, and I completely forgot to get the extra 10%. Whatever. It takes so long to level. Blizzard could have some 300% bonus. Yeah, I mean, it's true that if I really wanted to level super quickly, Recruit with Friend would probably be the way to do that. You could find somebody and recruit and like just level in like a weekend, but I don't think I have an extra weekend for that. Certainly not this weekend. I'm leaving for my trip on Monday, which means that I need to make as many raid guides this weekend as I can possibly fit into my weekend without going crazy. And then schedule those to come out while I'm away next week. Oh, I just remembered, that thing that I was going to talk about. It's not really a thing I need to talk about, it's just like a story, but I was, so today, after I finished the vlog, and before I started the stream, I figured I was going to really take, like, some good time and sit down and figure out what was wrong with my wireless mic on the baking stream and troubleshoot it. And I did that, and I tried a couple things. I tried getting it an extremely long USB extension cable. I put the receiver like 10 feet back, because apparently there can be interference in like under 6 feet. I tried changing the frequency band. I did like a bunch of research on like the frequency bands it's legal to use in the United States, and read something about like broadcasting laws that happened in 2015. It's very boring. I tried a bunch of stuff, and it was mostly better. Like, I managed to mostly fix it. I tried new batteries. I restarted it like a million times, and for the most part, I kind of fixed it. But from what I am understanding, the interference that I'm getting on it, like that garbly sound, may not be fixable. It may just be interference on the channel, and those channels are not legal for me to use anyways. So I've decided I would much rather, like, because I'm only streaming, like, I need it to be wireless, but I only need it to be wireless with a range of, like, what, 5 feet at most? I'm just in a little teeny tiny kitchen. So I figure, how's my healer mana? Healer mana is good. I figure I'll just get a Bluetooth earpiece like those business people that talk to themselves in the streets wear. And just do that. So I ordered one. It should be here before the next baking stream. It'll be here in June. Next baking stream's not gonna be till July. The Mage Disc looks like the Man from Pandaria. Yeah, it kind of does. It's fancier, though. The Man from Pandaria was, like, a little bit, I didn't mean to AMS there. The Man from Pandaria was a little bit, dull-looking. I felt like it was, it was simple, and simple's good. It's nice to have simple mounts just for people to have, but that don't want, like, a super crazy fancy mount, but I like the Mage one. Probably get this question a lot, but why aren't you streaming on Twitch? We have much bigger streams here on YouTube, because my, my YouTube channel is what I do. Like, I spend my entire life growing my YouTube channel. More of the community that likes to hang out with me is here on YouTube, and we get much smaller numbers on Twitch. I actually have a video that I'm like half done. I recorded it all, and I've got a bunch of notes for it. I just need to get a little bit more video and then edit it, but I don't know when. Hopefully next week. But I have a video that's like really breaks down the exact differences between streaming on YouTube and Twitch, and how to figure out which one is the right one for you to stream on if you're like a broadcaster that can't decide. So that should be it like next week or so. Something I really like about the 2 classes mounts, plus I don't have a max level monk, so I can't get it. I love my monk class mount, although I did have to mute my audio or the dialogue sound while I was using it, because the "Where are we going today, Grandmaster" gets a little bit old after the 45th time. The Mage Fidget Spinner, yeah. Are you wearing blue light reducing glasses? How is the eye strain with those? Yeah, so they're blue light reducing glasses. They're basically made for, computer use and gaming. I get much less eye strain with these than I used to. I used to get quite bad eye strain and also headaches using my computer for long periods of time. And these are a lifesaver, especially because now that I'm doing color correction work, like whenever I record a video with my actual camera, I have to color correct it. I can't use Flux anymore. I used to use a piece of software on my PC called f.lux that it changes the visual tone to make things warmer and yellower and less harsh on your eyes, but I can't use that while I'm color correcting, which is often, so I just turn it off, because it changes the colors of your screen. So the glasses are a real lifesaver for that. These ones are not Gunners. These are cheaper than Gunners. These are gamma ray glasses. They're available on Amazon. They were like $20, I think, 18 maybe. Get over here. There we go. So a much more. I did not mean to press my anti-magic shelf. They're a much more affordable alternative. I will say that they probably don't look as cool as Gunners. Sometimes I wonder if I would be like more fly with a pair of Gunners, but we're just playing video games. We're all nerds here. I love the Priest mount. The Priest mount's alright. It's a strange thing. I do like it. It's like they went all out in making like a crazy new like flying owl thing shape that just like shoots petals everywhere, and they didn't really give it a lot of visual detail. Like it's all very monocolor, but I like it. It's a good mount. I've been riding nothing but it since it came out for at least a week now, so that's been something. So that got me halfway through 61. Oh, I can skin the boss though. That's cool. All right. So, well, that's that. I kind of want to do something where I can chat a little bit more actively. So I'm kind of thinking, oh, I have some satchels. Oh, I got some stalwart grips that, do I need those? No. I don't need that either. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna switch to doing something that is a little bit more, that I can chat a little bit more with. What is that tattoo on your arm? I have a arm length, it's a tree. It's got like some roots down here and like some flowers all over it. It's kind of like a cherry blossom tree. But I like it. I like it quite a bit. I have the next tattoos that I want all mapped out in my head, but I know I'm gonna need to sit in those for a couple more years. So I got the Hateful Eye. You know what I want to do is I'm not gonna do it on stream because it would be real boring. But I just want to show you guys how close I am. How close I am to getting the Banfu pet. How many mascots have you got? Mascots. Mascots? For my fellow prescription glasses wearers, transition lenses also filter out blue light as well. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Mascots. Very Trudic, yeah. My other tattoo, I have, and you can see it in the baking streams when I turn around. On my other arm, or on the back of my other shoulder, that one I think, I have a big maple leaf. And actually, the tattoo that I want to get on my left, I'd say ankle, but I kind of wanted to go like most of the way up my leg, so like a calf tattoo. I want to get another tree, and it's occurring to me that I'm having a lot of tree-related tattoos, but you know what? I like trees. Nothing wrong with liking trees. So the last point that I need to get the Banfu Cub, I need one more, and I'm already like a third of the way through it. I just want it. But I've done all my emissaries, and I caught up on my Broken Shore quests. I don't have like a lot of easy AP in the map. I just need to chill for like a little bit. Oh, I can turn in some missions, so that'll be good. I just need to chill for a little bit and let some missions come in, and I would really like to be able to do the elite strike missions that give artifact power, because that would be a huge chunk. But you forget when you're leveling an alt really late how hard it is to actually get them the item level that they need to, how hard it is to get them an item level that you need to do those missions. Like, I can't get them past -100. So I've just been farming these armor sets. So I've got two. I'm evenly building my dudes. So they're all like around 830 now. But you start at like, what, 750? You start super low. But you know what I did? And you may have noticed if you've been these streams a lot. For the longest time, I was like, I don't need Garrison Mission Manager. I can do these missions by myself. And then I realized recently, I don't know what exactly made it occur to me. It wasn't like anything happened or like anybody talked to me or anything that like changed my mind. But for whatever reason, I just changed my mind, and this is way better. I can just be like, you know what? I can get this AP at 138. I can get the armor. Armor's important to me. I'm gonna get the armor. The AP I can now do it only 57, so I'm gonna not, but I can pick up a blood, or yeah, I can pick up blood. Oh, there's another one. 125. Yep, sure. Bring me back all the armor. Once they're up to like 900, I can start sending out this elite strike. So that's kind of important. But yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I'm very stubborn and I don't like change, which is why I was so resistant to getting that item for such a long time. But I probably should have just done it. Why don't you have any relics? Relics? I have relics. I'm not missing relics. I don't have very good relics in my monk, but I have relics. The add-on that shows you your chances on the mission is called Garrison Mission Manager, which is misleading because we no longer have garrisons, but that's what you want. That's exactly what it does. Hi Hazel, what's up, Fallen Angel? So, I figure we can do, as far as like low intensity stuff, the general things that we seem to end up doing are world quests, which I dearly need to catch up on, but I can't bring myself to farm artifact power. I just can't quite, yeah, show me this. I can't quite do it. I'm like, what, 56 points in the max knowledge. The fact that I have my knowledge maxed, and the fact that I will never, ever, ever get to completely max out that weapon, because it's literally not possible to get enough artifact power to max it out, really makes me just not want to grind at all, and just get like whatever I happen to get. So I don't really care about doing world quests anymore, even though they give me gold. Also, you want to know what else was kind of infuriating? Is I got a Pouch of Wonder on my monk alt. I finally got a Pouch of Wonder, and I didn't even get it on the correct character. I got a second Shard of Nether on this one, which I stuck onto my Banshee Lady, but... So, I kind of want to do... I haven't done any raids, and I know mount runs are, like, exciting because mounts drop, but I'm kind of more into transmog. Because, you know, we got to gear up for the Trial of Style. Like, in August, mid-August, August 17th, there's going to be the Trial of Style, and I want to have access to, like, a bunch of sets by then. So if I look at my sets tab, you can see that I've been getting real shortchanged by Blackwing Lair, and I would like to go in there and beat on them until they give me what I want, or at least once. Gloves and shoulders could drop from there. The legs are apparently from Ragnaros. I don't know why. Like, maybe that's not true. Maybe I should look that up. Let me find out. Because that does seem very strange. If I go to Wowhead, because, I mean, there is a Molten Core set, and I have that. Leggings of Transcendence. It's just, it's uncommonly difficult to get this particular set, and that one, but this particular set, because, they didn't drop as tokens. Like, the first expansion didn't drop as tokens. They dropped as individual pieces. No, it's dropped by Ragnaros. He has a 22% drop rate? Are you kidding me? I've killed him, like, 10 times at least. Specifically looking for those. Probably more than that. That's infuriating. Oh, man. Well, I guess we're gonna go do BWL. 100%. It's not... Okay. It is from Molten Core Rag. It's not a 100% drop rate. Apparently it's a 20% drop rate, which is still silly, considering how much I don't have it right now. But anyways, let's do Blackwing. Let's make sure that I don't already have it. We're going to open up the Minar's Wardrobe Helper add-on, and some people who have not seen this before are going to be like, what's Minar's Wardrobe Helper? And I'll be like, I'll tell you. It's the best add-on ever. So we refresh. And now I can see in Blackwing Lair, I'm not locked out. I have 79% of the available appearances. I need gloves, which can drop from Ebonrock, Firemaw, or Flamegore. Cremegus has shoulders, and he also apparently has a dagger for me that looks like a... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. It's like a literal claw. That's a dope dagger, actually. I could transmog my Shadow Priest dagger to that. But yeah, let's go give it a go. I've been trying to get that set for so long. The Legion Companions app trumps any add-on. Manage 12 110s without even going for the class halls. See, I like that the Legion Companion app lets you do the thing without going to the class hall. I especially like that you can pick up and queue things like your troops, like your acolytes and zealots for priests, or ox initiates for monks, or whatever everybody else has. You can queue your troops without having to actually physically go to the troop NPC. Where am I going? I needed to go to Stormwind. You know, there's a portal to Stormwind, but I'm just going to hearth there because I'm lazy. I'm super lazy. But I like that you don't have to run to the NPC that gives you those troops in order to recruit them on the app. But the app is really slow on my phone, and I'm kind of allergic to my phone these days. Like, I like... Don't get me wrong, I have a great phone, and it does everything I need it to. But I'm very cautious about using it too much, because I know how easy it is to get distracted by it when there's something else that I should be doing, which is almost always. So for the most part, unless there's something specific that I need to do with my phone, I keep it shut down on Do Not Disturb mode, usually at least 2 rooms away, so that I'll find out about stuff when I choose to go look at it, and not when it decides that I need to look at it. So glad they finally nerfed Razorgore, right? I wasn't expecting them to. After so many expansions of it being annoying but doable, I figured that it was something they didn't care about. They were just going to kind of let us suffer in forever. And the fact that they nerfed that makes this much more farmable. And also, I think it's going to drop the prices of, like, Creminius's more than the nerf to Creminius already did, because he's much easier to farm now that you don't have, like, this crazy... Not everybody could do that boss before. It was, like, everybody could do it, but if you weren't a class that had, like, the hot thing, or if you weren't familiar with the vehicle mechanics and how to drop him and kill some mobs and pick him up again, like, it was tough. It was difficult. old Solar Razorgore, yeah, the new one's much better. 50 AP per fish when you need 30k in SP sucks. 50 AP per fish. Amount of AP for rare fish in the angler. Oh, you're talking about the, for a second I was like, fish give you AP, but then I realized you're talking about the artifact fishing rod. Yeah. For the later, like, if you're actually trying to max that thing right out, you're gonna have a really hard time. I never maxed mine out. I got mine to, like, this many points. I'm still missing 3, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 points that I have not put into there, because you're right, it is, like, the amount that you need scales, but there's no artifact knowledge for the fishing thing. And I think the reason for that was you don't really need all of the, no part of you really needs to have all of the points unless you're just completionisting it, but you don't, like, you can get the fish that actually sell well. And just, like, the ones I don't have, are Stormrays, Mossgill, and to some extent Barracuda, which on my server sell terribly. Like, if you're farming fish for gold, you can pretty much just farm the fish that you've buffed up, and those are the ones typically that sell for more. I need to change into Holy Spec because Shadow doesn't have any AoE. We are literally fishing right now because of that guide you made. A lot of people have told that to me. I've had a lot of people message me and being like, you know what? I hate fishing, and you've made me fish. Congratulations. And I'm like, I did it. Fishing's great. Also, even if you don't like fishing, that rod is great because the swim speed buff, you just can't, You can't live without that swim speed buff. Whenever I'm trying to do something on another alt, like I was on my Brewmaster Monk trying to do the Kraken Eggs daily yesterday. And I'm just swimming around and being like, man, you know what? This broken diving helmet sucks. This is not my underlight angler. I don't even look like a shark. I got them all unlocked, but I want it maxed. Yeah. The other reason why I think they did that is because people that fish a lot tend to fish like a lot, like every day forever, basically. And over time, because of how many rare fish that you catch when you have like all that fishing skill and you're like fishing from pools and whatever, you're gonna get it eventually. But it's a very long eventually. It's meant to be an extremely long-term thing. Shadows have Shadow Crash. Yeah, that's what you want for clearing old raids. Hold on right here. I got 30 seconds away for my cooldown to come up, and I'm just gonna place a nice Shadow Crash on the ground. Oh man, I totally get what you mean, but it's just so sad. Somebody was mentioning in the Shadow Priest section of that AMA, it's like, hey, are you gonna do anything about Mindseer? It's kind of awful now. That Imp daily in Broken Shore, we just have to single target down imps. It's real bad. And I don't know if they answered that or not. I sincerely hope that they did. They just need to put Mindseer back. I feel like the change to Mindseer was more harmful. It did more harm than good. Like, they were trying to make it so that before the change to Mindseer, Shadow Priests were complaining that we have very poor, like, Mindseer did very bad damage, and it was just, like, not worth it, unless it was, like, a crazy high amount of targets. And I don't think Mindseer needs to be worth it unless it's a crazy high amount of targets. I think that's exactly the situation that Mindseer should have been for, and it's not a button that needed to be pruned. I feel like I was totally fine having Mindseer, never whipping it out unless there were, like, at least 6 things, maybe even more, just, like, a bunch of little imps or something that needed to go down real quick. And for old content, it was great, and now it's gone. And now I have to run around the Holy Priest holonoving, even though I know that I've forsaken the light. It's long gone. They probably won't even let me in the church anymore. What is my favorite gear piece from Blackwing Lair? Probably the ones I don't have. Give. I farmed a long time for the Shaman shoulders, the Shaman tier shoulders from here with, like, the wolves and the chains and whatever. I really like that set. I guess I can just kill this guy. You gotta be careful because sometimes that gate doesn't open, but it seems like it's fine. So we're specifically looking... I don't actually need to kill this boss for anything, but do I? Let me check my little checklist. Let's open up the mini list. Oh, I do. She has a Dragon Fang blade that I could get, so I'm just going to start the RP on this and catch up on chat. Hazel, any clue on the best things to obliterate to maximize on the Ash? Oh, for PvE? No. I haven't messed with crafting professions in the slightest. I haven't messed with crafting professions. I've obliterated some PvP gear, but that's pretty straightforward. You just obliterate your extra PvP gear. I don't know. That's a good thing to find a guide for, but I don't have one for you. Would having your Hearthstone set at Shrine be better for utility? It would be, but I don't like extra portals, and I found that half of the time I was going to Stormwind anyway, so having my Hearthstone set to Stormwind just gives me a shortcut to the place that I'm often going to. And Shrine, while is very close to a lot of portals, there is a portal Shrine in Dalaran. I have a Dalaran Hearthstone as well. Like, I don't like going through a million portals, even though my loading screens are pretty quick. I just get bored of it, so... so I like it in the Stormwind. It's not technically good, but I just like it. Video card. My video carb runs on pasta and Alfredo sauce. No. I have a 770. No. I used to have a 770. I have a 1070 now, pardon me. Last year my computer fried. Apparently the issue was randomly enough the graphics card, so I replaced it with a 1070. When I rebuild, and by rebuild I mean completely start new, when I build my next rig, which is going to be not for at least a year, possibly more than a year. Also we're gonna gather out this stuff and have it kick me up the wall, which might take me a minute, but once I start building my next rig, I want to move up to an 80 series, not because I think I really need it, like, honestly, for most of the things that I do with my computer, like rendering video and editing video and streaming and playing WoW, are more processor intensive than graphics intensive. The only graphics heavy game I really play is BDO, Black Desert, and I don't really mind playing it at lower settings. And then, I mean Dark Souls, but... But the next computer that I build, I want to really, like, save up some money and really invest in it to get a processor that can handle everything that I want to put on it which is a lot. I push my processor pretty hard, so I want to save up for like one of the Intel i9s, like one of the crazy. Come on now, just up the wall, up the wall. I know you can do it. I'm not very good at this. This might take me a minute. One of those crazy i9s, and I figure if I'm spending that much money on my processor, it would be, there we go. Kind of sad to not spend at least a little more on a graphics card. Oh man. i7 here for editing footage and film. See, I have an i7, but it's a 4th gen i7. It's quite a few years old at this point. It's a 4770. And whenever I'm rendering 3D effects, like anything with a lot of drop shadow or where I have more than 2 videos layered over each other, like if I'm layering with opacity effects or like a track matte or anything, it just like, even the preview, even just like repositioning it to put the thing where I want it to go, just like grinds to a halt. And the render times are starting to get really long, so I figure I'm gonna kill this trash because sometimes these drop BOEs that are very valuable for selling. So we're just gonna see if we get anything good. But yeah, I want a real pimpin' processor. I kind of want to wait until the Coffee Lake stuff comes out because again, I'm not building for like another year or so, or even more. So I could wait for the next gen of Intel processors to come out. Get the Ryzen. Yeah, that would require me to like get out of the bedroom of Intel. Like I see what you're saying, and the Ryzen's like some good stuff, and I'll definitely do some benchmark and price comparing when I get around to actually buying something. But I'm old and set in my ways, and I've always had Intel, and my Intel stuff has always worked really good for me. I'm one of those people that just always, no matter what, seems to end up with an Intel processor and a what do you call it? NVIDIA? Yeah. NVIDIA graphics card. Yeah. For a second, I couldn't remember if NVIDIA was the processor or the creator or just the manufacturer, but I think it's NVIDIA. Yeah. Haven't done the really fun archaeology stuff to get the extra HS stuff. Have you done the really fun archaeology stuff to get the extra Hearthstone stuff? What else could HS stand for? Fun archaeology stuff. If there's Hearthstone rewards from archaeology, then I've never heard of that, and I should do it. I did the archaeology to get the mount, the ghost moose mount. And then I have the archaeology pet that somebody was kind enough to send me as well. So that's pretty much all the archaeology I have. Aren't i9s receiving a lot of criticism? They're receiving some criticism on the price point from people that don't really understand what they're for. But we're gonna, like, they're not out yet, so before anybody goes making any decisions, or before I really go believing anything I hear, I want people, like reviewers, well-known, respected reviewers, to really get their hands on them and have some time with them and tear them down and, like, really dig through them before anything. Like, right now, people are just speculating. There's not that much info out. What is the class that I hate the most? Aw, man, that's a great way to unmake some friends. I don't think I hate any classes. I played the least of Death Knight, as you can tell by my loading screen that has, like, a bunch of hundreds and then one little level 60 Death Knight. But now that I'm actually playing it, I don't think it's bad. It's just not really my thing. And also, they've done some pretty terrible things in the lore. They're not terribly sympathetic as far as lore characters go. Innkeeper's Daughter. Oh, no, I have that. Oh, the Hearthstone. Oh, I see. The in-game Hearthstone. Yeah, I have the Innkeeper's Daughter. I don't know. It's a toy box item, right? Or was it still an other thing? Innkeepers. Yeah, no, I have it. So I guess I could delete my Hearthstone and then put that in my bar, but I just never did. I got all that stuff back in Cataclysm when they first added archaeology, on, like, some kind of a troll character over on, like, Feathermoon or Thrall or wherever the heck I was playing. I think I was playing on Feathermoon in Cata. But yeah, I got that stuff a long time ago. I cannot get those gloves to save my life. Alright, we got one more chance at the gloves. One more chance at the gloves. Come on, Flamegore. Give them up. Handguards of Transcendence. Gimme. Son of a bad lady. Nothing. This is, I'm at least, I mean, it's nicer than to nerf it for me because I am actually going to be running this raid until the end of time. Canadians, it shares the cooldown with the regular Hearthstone. Yeah, but because it's it's a toy in the toy box and not in your bags, you can technically delete your Hearthstone. And then just put the toy in an action bar and have one extra bag slot to put whatever you like in it. Okay, so I got the claw. He dropped the dagger for me. He did not drop my shoulder, so I'm no closer to getting my tier. But I am closer to having a hand dagger. We're gonna run through Ragnarok. We're gonna run through Molten Core to kill Ragnaros to see if he'll at least give up the pants for me. I want to get closer to having that set finished. It drives me bonkers that I'm like going through these sets and I have like a bunch all finished. I mean, well, not all of them, but I have a bunch of them finished, and there's just this one that has 3 pieces missing at the bottom of the thing. Drives me nuts. I never get the gloves. You've been running for years. Apparently, their drop rate is pretty good. I get everybody else's gloves. I just never get mine. It's gotta happen eventually. It's gotta happen, like, one day, you know? So I'm gonna put my cloak back on before I forget what I'm supposed to be, and, like, accidentally vendored or something. You should kill Nefarian. He drops arcane crystals, and those are expensive. Honestly, whenever I've killed Nefarian in the past, I pretty much just vendored everything that, he was wearing anyways. So I can't say that I've been really taking advantage of that. Binding the Windseeker. I've gotten quite a few bindings of the Windseeker, honestly, which is terrible because I'm a priest, and I can't use them. I also always seem to get the glaives whenever I run Black Temple, which again must be really upsetting for people because I can't use them. I can't even learn them for anything really. There's no point. I just delete them. Sad. How would you feel about Blizzard ending the faction war in a future expansion, letting everyone play with everyone? I don't think they'll ever do it. As far like if they did it, how I would feel? A little weird. A little weird. I've got like a lot of Alliance merch. I don't have any actual animosity towards players, but I kind of like there being a choice like in the thing. I think the only reason they would ever do that is if their player numbers got so dire that they really needed to have it be cross-faction in order for everybody to have enough people to play with. But I mean, I would be a little bit weird about it, but I think I would get over it. I don't think they will ever do it though. I don't think that's ever going to be an issue for them. It's kind of like a very core, like that whole orcs versus humans is so core to the Warcraft lore and the Warcraft story that I don't think they'll ever do it. 856 to 908, nice. Yeah, I get all the way up to like 913? 15, yeah, I can get all the way up to 915 if I put the right stuff on for my bags. My equipment sets are just a mess right now. I was simming all my gear, but I don't know if I completely trust the sims I was running. I was using a third-party tool that, like, sims in the cloud. It runs SimCraft, but it runs it on their servers and not your computer to make it go faster. And I don't know if I trust the numbers it was giving me. I was seeing some strange stuff there. It was telling me I needed to be wearing, I have this two-piece collar of enclosure set that gives me haste. And I know haste is very good for me, but it was valuing that extremely high. And I have much higher item level stuff, and I also have, like, old tier, and I don't know. I'm probably going to be running really, really suboptimal gear until I actually get my next tier set, because I never know when to break tier. I know there's, like, a right answer, but I just can't deal with the math. I just wear whatever and do as much damage as I can until I get, like, my endgame stuff. I need to get me my daily dose of alliance killing. Oh, no. Best way to get legendaries, is like fill your time with things that can drop legendaries and start with the ones that are fastest first. So I actually have a video about that. But basically, world quests, like emissaries for world quests, followed by Broken Shore world quests because the Broken Shore turn-in can do it. You want to do as many. You want to do like at least at the highest mythic plus you can at least once to get your end of the week chest, and then you want to do as much raid stuff as you can. Do normal raids, do heroic raids, do LFR raids. Do old raids, do new raids. As far as their Legion raids, that's the way to get them really quickly. So we are gonna run along the Molten Core. I don't think I really cleared out my bags well enough, but it's fine. It's fine. Hey Hazel, how are you? Set beer cake. I'm doing pretty good. Having to break tier tilts me so much I get so stressed. Yeah, I feel ya. Raidbots runs the current Simcraft build. Yeah, no, I know it does, and that is what I was using. The reason why I felt iffy about it was it was giving me like really strange numbers with the like I think it's valuing haste a little bit high, although I do really like haste. And then the other reason was it had this tool, and maybe I was doing it wrong. This very much could be a user error thing, but it has this tool and it's like show me the best gear for my bags. And one, there's no like it won't let me change it, or if it does, I didn't find the spot. It won't let me change that from the patchwork. Like if I wanted to find out what my best cleave set is. And there's a lot of cleaving in raids. It's only submitted for single target. But I was like, okay, so even single target, just find me the best gear in my bags. It's like, okay, cool, here it is. And I'm like, okay, cool. I was wearing that already, I guess that's easy. And then I started simming other sets with the same parameters, the same patchwork, 5-minute fight, like whatever. And I'd sim in some different gear with like different legendaries, and it was like, oh yeah, no, that set's got like 800k more DPS. And I was like, well, not 800, but like at least 100k higher. And it's like, well, you told me this stuff was the best. It's like, nah, I lied. And that kind of weirded me out. But maybe it's just that one particular tool. Maybe the sims are fine. So describe to us today's tea, please. Oh, man. So today's tea, I have a Maofeng Green. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't know anybody that can verify. But it's a Malfung green. This is a spring 2017 green tea from China. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but it's very smooth. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit grassy. Very, very, very easy to drink. It's a very relaxing and pleasant green tea. The first time I made this, I was worried. Oh, I should have just stayed with it. The first time I made this, I was worried that it was a little bit weak. It was kind of like a very delicate tasting tea that wasn't quite as punchy as I was expecting it to be. But as I've had more time with it and figured out the correct brewing parameters, which is you use quite a bit of this stuff because the leaves on this thing are huge. One day I'll make a tea video and I'll show you how big, like you can't scoop it up with a spoon. You have to like take tongs to get this tea out of the bag. It's, once you start using enough of it, it's very, very nice. Yeah, it's very sweet, grassy, delicate, not too much of anything, but it's very drinkable and smooth. So I watched so many of your guides and you look completely different than what I imagined. I always pictured you as a gnome. Yeah. I bet you anything, if I go to BlizzCon one day and I start meeting you guys in person, I can already hear people telling me that I look nothing like what they expected because I'm tall. I'm 5'10", 5'11"-ish, in that range. And gnomes are not 5'10" or 11. They're nowhere close to 6 feet. If I wear a pair of heels, I'm going to be over 6 feet tall. So it's... I bet you people are gonna be like, aren't you a gnome? And I'm gonna be like, no, I'm a very long gnome, very, very lengthy extended gnome. On my way to kill Illidan for the 50 millionth time. Lend me your essence, please. Oh man, good luck. Black Temple's one of the other raids that, like, I feel like, did he give it to me? Black Temple, no. Akama, Shade of Akama will not give up his bracers. That's another one that I've been running for over a month now. I've killed that boss like a lot, heavily and a lot, and he just won't give up his bracers. Probably because I keep killing him. Molten Core, I ended up doing this raid for a whole month just to get the Judgment leggings from Reg. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, except I'm trying to get the, well, not the Judgment ones, but the leggings of Transcendence. That set just won't happen for me. But I have like this empty armor rack in my class hall that's destined. I mean, I feel like once I actually get this set, I'm gonna have to wear it. Because, A, it looks kind of nice. I actually used that set, I used that helmet with some other stuff as part of my blue butterfly set. But I'm gonna have to wear it just because of how long it took me to get the darn thing. It's just such a long grind. I've been doing better with a lot of the later sets. They've just been easier to get. I haven't been running Nax on 10 man. I haven't been looking forward to that, because, I mean, less loot drops in 10 man, so you're less likely to get the stuff that you need. Are you good at basketball? No, I'm not good at volleyball either. Terribly terrible at any ball-related sport, or, well, most sports, really. I'm not very coordinated. I am very physically uncoordinated to the point that I'm a hazard to people around me. Although people did try, I mean, they tried to make me play basketball and volleyball because they were like, hey, you're tall, you can be on this team, and then they saw me just, like, hit myself in the face with the ball, and they're like, you know what, never mind. We don't want you anymore. But I did a bunch of dance in school. I did a couple of years of ballet, and I did a couple of years of, actually a lot of years of tap, because tap dancing is the real skill you want to impart to your children. I have so many years of tap dancing lessons. I don't know whenever I'm going to do that. But yeah, ballet, tap, a little bit of jazz dancing, but like your normal, typical, like, suburban boring kid rec center lesson activities. Make more priests for more chances. I mean, that's a valid strategy if I get really frustrated. I actually, you know what? Is I have more priests. I wouldn't have to make them. I have at least 3 other priests that are level, like, 85 or higher from Kata and beyond that I could use. Maybe even more. Maybe it's 4, because I have a goblin priest out there too. Did I delete the goblin priest? I think I have it still. I have at least 3 or 4 other priests that I could be running this on, so if it really got to me, I guess I could just do that. But the other thing that I like about running these old raids is I'm earning gold. Like, every time I pick up, like, these Heroes Pauldrons, for example, once I get out of combat, I just picked up a piece of green gear, and if I go and sell that, which I'm gonna, because I have TSM set up, I'm gonna get, you know what, like 600, 800 gold just from one green piece of gear. And you get stuff like, you get drops like that pretty often, especially in vanilla raids, so the gold really does add up. It's not anything crazy, but it's not nothing, and I would feel like I'm wasting that gold if I was running this on characters that were not on this server. And my server is completely full. I can't go make an extra priest. I am capped on slots. Absolutely capped. Hi Hazel, happy Friday. What's up, Squidgy Widget? Finished the ICC questline not too long ago. Made myself some swag, cash, gold. Have you done it for dem money? It's the ICC questline. I haven't heard of the ICC questline. How does it make you gold? Is it something from back, like, in Wrath? How do you make swag money? Oh! You're talking about the legendary questline that gives you, like, the music box and stuff? And that mount that like, that red death charger or whatever? That's what you're talking about. I have not done that. I bought the mount back in Warlords when I was just, like, buying mounts for fun. But I haven't... Why am I listening to Wailing Caverns music? That is Wailing Caverns music. That is Wailing Caverns Moradon music. I guess it's just generic, vanilla dungeon cave music, but I would have figured that Molten Core would have its own soundtrack. That is totally Wailing Caverns music. I've spent enough time Wailing Caverns farming deviate hatchlings, and also that was just one of the first places I went to for transmog, and also I spend a bunch of time there every week because of, the pet dungeon. But it's kind of blowing my mind right now that Molten Core doesn't have its own music. Or if it does, it's being interspersed with the Wailing Caverns music. If you're captain character slots, you can make a character in a server connected to yours and make like 12 more. I had to do it once. I don't think, I'm not 100%, but as far as I know, there are no connected realms with mine. I don't think Lightbringer ever got hooked up. Because I looked into that because I wanted to make another character for something. And somebody was like, oh, you can just do the connected realm thing. And it's like, okay, cool, what's my connected realm? And I went to look it up and there weren't any. And it was like, darn it, you got my hopes up for nothing, so I don't think I can. Hey Hazel, I just woke up after leveling my druid from 106 to 109, like in one sitting, because that would be a go. I've gone very much full lazy route whenever I'm leveling alts and just doing nothing but invasions. Invasions with heirlooms is just like my leveling dream because I can just log on for like 12 minutes, 15 maybe, and then be done for another like day. And still have it done in a week. Some people were like leaving comments in that video where I show that technique and they're like, fast leveling 1 week, lol. But I feel like they're missing the part where you spent like an hour of playtime on it. Like, it's all about not having to... Playing WoW is all about not having to play WoW. Hazel, which green teas would you suggest from Tao of Tea? You're torn between Sencha and Dragonwell. Get the Dragonwell. Sencha is good, and I have Sencha from Tao of Tea, and they make a good Sencha, but Sencha is very tricky to make correctly. And if you make it incorrectly, which is extremely easy to do, and I still make it incorrectly about half the time, it's going to be really gross. Dragonwell still has that thing where you want to make it at 175 Fahrenheit. So you don't want to make it with boiling water. There's tutorials online to tell you like how long to leave your kettle to cool down if you don't have a temp control kettle. But Dragonwell's a little bit more forgiving, and I also think it's a little bit yummier. It's a little bit more buttery. So I would definitely go with the Dragonwell. 2 hours, Hazel. 2 hours? Oh, 2 hours to go from 106 to 109. I see. Some of the green gear that drops in AQ20 sells for 20 to 30k. Yeah, I used to run AQ just for the green gear. But after I finished getting my equipment set from there, I couldn't quite stomach it anymore. Did I do this right? I don't think I did this right. I think I forgot to go kill Major Domo Executus. I hear him yell. I need to go back. Right? I got distracted. I always do this. Like, sometimes I run all the way to Rag, and there's just nobody there. I'm like, oh no, and you have to run all the way back, and it takes so long to run through this dungeon. So I'm gonna just double check before I go that I actually killed Major Demo. Why are you so cute? It makes me angry. Oh man, got any tips for leveling a shaman? You're currently at 70. I would go resto. I would wear some heirlooms, go resto, and heal dungeons. I usually heal dungeons right up until, Kata, which is at, 80? So I would do 10 levels of dungeons to get through the rest of the Wrath content. And then typically what I'll do is I'll go Elemental, or Enhance if you're into that, but I always do Ranged, and I level through Quest through Kata, and usually Mop, and I guess Warlords. I don't know what the fastest way to level through Warlords... I did forget this. I don't know what the fastest way to level through Warlords is anymore. I haven't had to do it. I have had so many characters that I got to 100 in Warlords that I haven't had to actually do that since. I mean, it's 106, but I'm so lazy. I just want to watch you play the game. Yeah, I'm pretty famously horrendously lazy when it comes to WoW. Somebody on my vlog was like, you should probably just do the Burning Blossom thing because for the toys because it'll get you closer to the mount. And they're right. There is a mount that you can get for having a bunch of toys in your toy box, but I'm like looking at the mount, and it's like, here, which one is it? What is it called? Mechanized lumber extractor. I'm thinking I already have a sky golem. What do I need this? Do I need this? I don't think I need that. I ride the same mounts anyways. What do I need more mounts for? I get it because I'm fanatical about collecting pets. I will do all sorts of bizarre things, including leveling a Death Knight to 110 and getting concordance in all 3 weapons, which is going to be real fun. But I'll do crazy things for battle pets, and I understand that other people feel that way about toys and mounts, but I just can't bring myself to do it. 92, set up Gorgon with bonus objectives. Oh yeah, that is the thing. The experience pot. Complete all the bonuses in 15 minutes and the rares for quests. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I did the same thing actually. I used to level that way in Warlords. Get to 92 and set up Gorgon with the bonus objectives and the XP pot. Especially with flying. Like after you were able to get flying for Warlords, that was really good. That's the way to do it. You need to collect all the mounts. Heavenly Azure. Yeah, I do like the heavenly cloud serpents. That's Lord of the Rains, right? See, I still need... Oh, no, that is it. I would rather have the green one. The jade one from Time Walking. And also, apparently, I don't even have the gold one. But I don't spend a lot of time on Cloud Serpents because their hitbox is kind of funny when I'm trying to land on something, and because the whooshing movement kind of makes me ill. So that is cool, but I think I'm kind of good with like whatever amounts I have. If I ever get like once I get caught up again with all of the pets and I have all of the mod, because that's the other thing I'm really into collecting right now is I'm pretty invested in collecting transmog. Where'd it go? Appearances, yeah. So appearance sets. I love collecting in this tab, and I only have 24 of 46, so I'm pretty invested in that. But if I ever finished all of that somehow, and I finished pets as well, then maybe. There's just so many things to collect in WoW that I feel like trying to get all of them is just like mental suicide. It's just gonna hurt you. It's too much. It's too much for any one person to do. And I mean, I'm sure some people do, but they probably spend a lot of time playing WoW. Want to heal my DHT-12? We got a guild group. Heal? No. I don't heal. I can't heal anything above like maybe 5. I'm only in Holy Spec because I'm running old dungeons, and can I get across here? I'm only in Holy Spec because I'm running old dungeons, and you can't really use Shadow to kill packs of mobs anymore. But I only do the damages. That tab rules. Yeah, that sets thing. I really want them to add more sets to this. Like, I want them to add questing sets. I want them to add dungeon sets. Like, even if at the very top here. Okay, they did add the Timekeeper set. So as they go forward, they're adding more strange sets from other sources, but they need to go back and add questing sets. I know they have them. I know they have that info. Just stick them in there. We'll figure out where to get them. We'll figure it out. I want to know. And plus, I want to be able to browse them and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that questing set looked really cool, because there's some really neat ones. Like, there's one specifically, there's a cloth set. And you get it in, like, Tanaris, and then other zones that are in the Tanaris level. And the helmet looks like that, and the rest of it kind of matches that helmet, and it's a really cool looking questing set, and I would really like to see them put something like that in the Appearance Journal tab. And I know it's something that it's probably on their list, but it's just, like, not high enough on their list to make it into any kind of a plan. I'm thinking just, like, hire an intern. Pick somebody off the street and be like, you know what, I got a job for you. It doesn't seem like it, like, because the infrastructure's already there, adding stuff to it doesn't seem like it would be that hard, but I don't make the game. Maybe it's really hard. Maybe there's a good reason why they're not going back and doing all that. Recolor sets of other classes too. Yeah, that would be another nice thing. Hazel, good to see your stream up. What's up, Alexander? You have, marry me, I love you. No, I'm already married. I can't marry anybody else. I already got one. You finally got exalted with the Panda Emperor and grounded another 10,000 coins to get the mount. It's so worth it. 10,000, so many coins. Every time I try and Every time I try and grind Xiao Hao rep, I'm checking to see if my cat's over there. Every time I try and grind Xiao Hao rep, there's always other people also grinding Xiao Hao rep. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just come back next expansion. And then I come back next expansion, and there's still people out there grinding Xiao Hao rep. And I'm like, I'm never gonna get a spot. He didn't give it to me. What a bully. What a mean dude. Oh well. Should we do Dragon Soul and see if we can get our hands on a Lifebinder's Drake? Or like what other I'm gonna look and see what actually, we're doing Transmog. You know what? We're doing Transmog. I'm gonna do Black Temple at least up to a comma to see if he will give me his gosh darn bracers, because that's the only piece I need. It's only one. It's only one. No cat cam today. No, the cat's in the other room. I brought her in here, and she sat on my lap for a little bit early on, but I can't cat cam unless she decides to actually sleep in here, so it's going to be a very intermittent cat cam. One day, maybe I'll just get, like, more cats. At least another cat, and then I'll be, like, double the chances of having the cat around. But if I end up with a bigger place, then there'll be more places for the cat to be that are not here, so that's that. The Time Walkers helped. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Do you farm Dragon Soul LFR? The drop rate for tier pieces seems so low, it's ridiculous. I haven't done it. I haven't actually farmed any LFR for Transmog. I know I should to get, like, the extra sets, but I'm gonna grind out the normal and heroic sets of everything before I go back to do that, because I don't want to have to remember where all the, I don't want to have to remember where all of the, NPCs that you queue from are. Like, somebody's told me, and I know where to find out where they are, but I never remember. So I'm going to real quick add my extra greens that I picked up to my BOE gear set so that we can very quickly mail those off and get them posted later. Try and sell the stuff that... This stuff never used to sell for that much. I wonder if those were needed. They weren't needed for the, Sun Darter hatchling because I very deeply went through all the things that were needed for the Sun Darter hatchling, but maybe somebody needs them for something else, because those prices are a lot higher. Maybe people are just stockpiling old world mats in case they ever do another Sun Darter hatchling. That would be really funny. I don't need that. Take those. Take, what else? I can vendor those. Apparently, channel a cleansing matrix. Oh, I got a 900 healing trinket. I must have gotten that in Raid to Disenchant. I should keep that for my offset. I like to keep a healing set around for Raid just in case, like, all of our healers just, like, fall off the face of the earth and they really need me to heal. But for the most part, it doesn't really happen. They know that I don't like healing, so they don't usually ask me to do it very often. Okay, so we're gonna go do Black Temple. How do you guys feel about Black Temple time walking? You guys looking forward to that? I mean, I'm excited to see that they're making it kind of around the normal difficulty, and they're going to make a drop loot that's on par with the normal Tomb of Sargeras loot. I think that's really interesting. I kind of figured they would make it like, you know how regular time walking is kind of like LFD? I figured they were going to make time walking raids like LFR, but the fact that you have to put together your own group and go to the raid and then actually do the mechanics, I think is going to make it both fun and frustrating enough that I probably won't do it more than once. Can you say hi, I'm Hazel one time for me? Hi, I'm Hazel. Another non-Bagnon user. Cringe. Yo, I like my bags having their own bags. I don't like a big mega bag. That mega bag looks ridiculous. You know, you can never find your keys in there. I have search features, I have sorting, I have everything I could possibly want in this bag. Okay, so where am I going? Shatrath. Sadly, I have to go mow a lawn. Yo, you have a lawn to mow, though! I wish I had a lawn to mow. I live in an apartment and I want to be in a house so bad. My plants in the balcony are doing really good, but I want to give them ground. I have this maple tree. I have this little Japanese maple tree in a pot in my balcony, and I want so badly to find a really good spot for it in the earth somewhere, and just let it have earth. Dreams. A priest that does not like to heal? It's a thing. I'm not that kind of priest. Have a good day and keep making good content. Oh, thanks, Light Lambert. All good. I know others like you. Yeah. Yeah, everybody just has a preference. I just like having my bags categorized, so that I can go to, like, if I'm looking for, where'd my mouse go? There we go. So if I'm looking for, I know if I'm looking for gear, it's in these two bags, although that one I think is set to ignore, yeah. These two bags are my gear, this bag is my trade goods, this bag is my consumables, so and I know if I'm looking for a potion, then it's in here. I know if I'm looking for my enchanting match, they're up here, like, I know where everything is. And I can have it auto clean up. And I think you can do something similar with Bagnon, but the default UI has caught up to so much that I never felt the need to get it. I got the Orb Weaver based on your recommendation. It's taking a bit to get used to, but I like it. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be an instant transition. It definitely takes some time, but I can say that after having switched to a gamepad, I've been using one for 7 years almost. Like, it's not something I can easily go back from. I love having movement on the joystick. It just frees up my other fingers so much. Also much easier on my hands. Like, I used to struggle a lot with repetitive stress disorder and, like, nerve pain because I was messing up my hands. And between using these things and also lifting weights, I know I don't look like I lift weights, but I lift little ones. My hands are completely fine now. It's pouring rain in Ohio, Hazel. You perked up my day. Man, you should see what it's like out here. It is like 100 degrees right now, I think. I have AC in here, thank goodness, but it's real warm here in Oregon. Everybody's complaining about it. I'm just like, we have air conditioning. Just hide inside. Just do everything you need to do in the morning and then go hide inside and look at the window and be like, ah, sucks to be out there. Like, it's great. It's really fun. Do you have the Crazy Cat Lady Battle Pet achievement yet? Obviously. Can't just walk around without the option of being a Crazy Cat Lady. I always run around with the Insane title because I took so much of my soul to get that title that I can't. And also, I'm a Shadow Priest. Like, I feel like as a Shadow Priest that has ground the Insane title, it would be sacrilege for me to not wear it. But yeah, totally got the Crazy Cat Lady. I think I actually had the Crazy Cat Lady before, like, when they added the achievement, because I already had all of those cats. But as I understand, if you're starting from scratch, it's quite challenging, because a lot of the cats, like Zufu, for example, are harder to get. Hazel Bodybuilder. Yeah, I have a little 20-pound weight that I just do some wrist lifts and curls with. And then I have like a small, actually, no, the 20-pound is for curls, and then the little one is for wrist lifts. But for the most part, the curls, like, strengthen. I know they're for biceps, but they do enough to stretch out and strengthen my my hands and my wrists that I don't have any pain anymore. How much is 100 in Celsius? 30s. Well, here, I'll give you an exact answer. 100 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Because I'm from Canada, so I feel you. 37, actually. 37 degrees Celsius. It's friggin' hot. It's bad, but you know, we just get some AC. We didn't have AC in this place when we moved in. We had to get window AC units for this place. But you just get AC, you turn on the window unit, you leave it going all day, and you thank goodness, because we didn't have AC for a couple years. We just suffered for a few summers, and that was bad. In Portland, I'm originally from there, but I'm in Washington now. I'm in like the greater Portland area. I don't want to get too specific, but I'm not more than like a 2-hour drive from Portland. And we're around. We go down there not often, but every now and then. Best way to make gold if you have a lot of 110s besides the order hall. The order hall is really the biggest thing in Legion that scales with having a lot of 110s. And because you can manage those on your phone, that is a good way to go. But honestly, I would just go with the other regular gold making methods, like auction house. Like if you have the capital auction house stuff, if not, just take one character, get them a lot of gear, get them a follower that is equipped with a pouch of wonder if you can find one, a potion of Triton for sure, and then a necklace of endless memories so that you're getting 125 gold per world quest. And then just go knock out a bunch of world quests every day, focusing on the ones that give you gold. You'll get a bunch of gold that way, and that's an easy way to build up enough capital to start actually, that's a really great way to build up enough capital to start playing the auction house and flipping BOEs and pets and mounts and whatever else that you want to be flipping. So yeah, that's my recommendation, but it doesn't really scale with having more characters. The only thing that really does that is, to my knowledge anyways, the order hall missions. I don't know of anything else that would really benefit from having a bunch of alts on it. There's probably something that I'm not thinking of, but I can't think of anything right now. How did you get the quest Egwin's Path? Oh, so Egwin's Path is the quest that is in the raid. It's in the Tomb of Sargeras, and the only point of Egwin's Path is to give you a shortcut to skip to a later point in Tomb. So once you've killed a certain boss, like X amount of times, well, 4 amount of times on each difficulty, which is why I have 2 of them. I have one for normal and one for heroic. It'll give you a portal to let you skip ahead to a further point in the raid, basically. That's all that is. Hazel, what's up, Norfie? 9 degrees Celsius here in Iceland. Oh goodness, that is chilly. Although at least that's good. Like it's not freezing, which is nice. You get to wear your fluffy sweaters. The only thing I flip is the table toy from Pandaria. I love that toy. I love trying to like pick my comedic moment to actually flip the table, but I never really find anything because nobody ever really makes mad. Made my tea, about to start leveling a priest. I feel like you, Hazel, but I'm a guy, so I'll be Geisel. Are you gonna name your priest that? Because that would be hilarious. Geisel. I enjoy how easy it is to support pet battle grinding with having a bunch of alts. Yeah. Alts, it's not a gold thing, but alts are by far the best way to get hella pet charms. Like, especially, like if you have them at 110, especially because world quests are like an instant unlock now, you can basically just like, every day check which, so for example, today, all the way over in the Broken Isles, I can see on my map, there is 12, okay, so it's not a huge day, but there's 12 pet charms, so I could take all of my alts, head them out to the Nameless Mystic, and because I have 4, I could get, 48 pet charms just today. Like, that's more than enough to get 1 fully leveled instant level battle pet, and a lot of days, it'll give you, like, 20, or there'll be 2 for a total of, like, 32 per alt, and that just multiplies so quickly that you get tons of pet charms. And then the other thing is that whenever I'm playing them, I keep I don't really care about Blood Hunter or any of that, so I just keep Boona the Zookeeper on all of my shoulders at all times. So whatever I'm doing, I'm getting those little piles of pet goodies that give me extra pet charms. So I'm just like, I only have like 466. I guess I have more. I have 583 across my alts, although I think that's actually messed up right now. Because Evelinia and Hazelgasm are both name changes. Those are both names that my druid used to have that she no longer has, and I think it messed up my trade skill master. But yeah, I'm trying to save up like a couple thousand of those so that the next time that they add a bunch of new pets, I can just get them instantly leveled up, leveled up and upgraded and whatever without having to actually, play. You get the quest Entomb, that's for sure. Can you say hi to my friend Old? If you said hi, it would make his day. Hi, Old. What a peculiar nickname. What's up? What's happening? Starting a pet battle, and you're so bad you only have a small team and half of them are undead. Undead pets are really strong. Undead pets, the racial is quite good, and just like that extra turn, even though you do reduce damage on it now, really good for getting through a lot of early pet battles. But yeah, just try and flesh out your team to like cover a bunch of different pet types. Focus on good all-purpose ones like the Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling and the Anubis Idol, and you'll be on top of the world in no time. Hazelgasm, yeah, Hazelgasm, okay, so the reason that I had my druid, that was my PvP druid, that was my arena druid, my warlord's arena main, and the reason I was named Hazelgasm was because, I was pretty much mostly, not all the time, but I was spending a lot of time playing with my friend Flabby. I still play with Flabby, but I was spending a lot of time doing 2s, specifically, and sometimes 3s, but mostly 2s with my enhancement shaman friend Flabby. And Flabby's alt, he's a very good shaman. He raids, he does PvP. And his alt shaman was named Flabgasm. And we're dorks, so we wanted to match, so that's why I had Hazelgasm. And then I felt like I was making the wrong impression, so I name changed it again to Hazel. And then I quit PvP, so it doesn't really matter now. But it was a cute name. I enjoyed. We were trying to talk our third teammate into also getting a matching name for a while, but then he betrayed us, and it's a very tragic story. So that's not my bracers. I only need one piece of gear, and it's just not gonna drop ever. You know what? Let's just finish this raid though. Let's I still need some kind of a weird dagger from Gurtog. That's a terrible dagger. You know what I really want is, what a weird looking helmet. I don't know if I'm ever going to use that, but there's got to be some kind of a theme for the Trial of Style. Like if the Trial of Style ever comes up with a theme that's just like, you have been possessed and you are now a living nightmare. If they come up with a living nightmare theme, like that is some good stuff. I feel like I should have that just on hand, you know? How hard is it to get an unborn Valkyr? Harder than it used to be because you can no longer effectively realm hop. But the thing I like to do is take an alt or take 6 alts, park them at the spawn points, and then, like alts that you're not using for anything else, park those alts at the spawn points, and then whenever you start to play the game, log in and check the spawn points, and when you stop playing the game, log in and check them again. And doing that, you should find it up at some point. It might be really fast, it might take you a long time, but it's not so heavily farmed now that it's not, like it used to be really heavily farmed, but by now a lot of people already have it, so you're not going to be fighting too many people for it. And if you have at least one alt at one spawn point, or preferably an alt at each one of them, and you can go in Wowhead and look up the Unborn Valkyrie to see a map of where those spawn points specifically are. But yeah, just park alts in there, check them when you start playing, check them again when you stop playing, and it'll happen. How do they nerf Realm Hop? You can no longer use the Group Finder to Realm Hop unless you are within the same zone as the group leader. So it'll only port you to the group leader's realm if they are in the same zone as you. So you can still use it you can still use it in the Broken Shore, or the Broken Isles rather, because there's probably going to be groups that you can join for like World Quest groups or whatever that are in your zone. But if you're in Ice Crown, for example, you would need to find not only another group, but another group in Ice Crown that will let you join in order to realm hop. And those are going to be much less common. So that's what the nerf was. Gnomes would win the Nightmare theme even without a Mog. But she's so cute. She's not scary. She's only scary when she flirts. She's only scary when she flirts a little bit. Oh, wait for it. That's it. That's the magic right there. I found an Unborn Valkyrie when I went to the zone the first time within less than 5 minutes. My friend told me about them. Yeah, some people will get really lucky like that. I don't think it took me very long to farm mine. I feel like I had it pretty reasonably quickly. but it's important. It's an important one to have. It's going to be used in a lot of strategies. It's just really useful. So if you don't have it and you're planning on doing a bunch of pet battles, it's worth your time to go and farm that. Especially if you have the ults for it. I want to braid my hair to make it less fluffy because I feel like it's just insulating my neck at this point. Hang on. I have like extra pieces that are like too short to stay in it. Whatever. That's fine. What was that little smile? That was the best part of it being a gnome. I love that she is cute and happy and positive and energetic, but just a little bit nuts. She's just a little bit just batty insane on the inside. And I like that because that's how I feel sometimes. You've kind of convinced me. I'm going to set up TSM after the stream. I thought the Oceanic servers weren't supported, but then I remember we're technically in NA, and I'm going to use your videos. For sure, for sure. It's definitely worth it. It takes a little bit of time, like I say in the video. Like, don't do it if you're in a hurry. You know, get yourself a nice beverage and sit down and take the time to really go through it, but it's not that hard, and it is so rewarding. I love being able to be like, you know what? Recipe for haste potion. Apparently I can get 18k for that. Jeebus. Seriously? Remind me to not vendor that. Goodness gracious, golly gee. Okay. Apparently I can get 18k for a recipe haste potion. I have one of them. There's 2 auctions available as of an hour and 50 minutes ago, and it'll sell for 18k. Dang. Dang. I wonder if that was inflated, because I bet you people were trying a bunch of different potions when the Cave of Consumption first came out. And I wonder if the value of some of the old world potions were inflated at that time. I'm not 100% sure. Since I started watching you, all of my alts have become gnomes now, have they really? My guild is a very gnome-heavy guild. Our raid leader, T-Step, is a gnome. He plays a female gnome rogue with, like, the pink pigtails. And I think, like, the gnome and dwarf thing has spread throughout my guild. Like, a lot of us are very short, and I love it. I love being in a gnome-friendly environment, because so many people talk about punting gnomes, and I'm like, you know what? I have feelings, and I am fierce and ferocious, and I will punt you right back, you know? I have stamina, I have attack power, I have a health pool, I have item level. Just because I'm short don't make me not real. It's Saturday, and I have no work today, so I'm going to take the whole day to do it. Oh, man, I don't think it'll take you the whole day. But actually, if you really want to take the whole day, you could get some operations set up. You could get set up to, like, own some markets on your server. One big tip, if you want to do market research and find out, like, how much activity or what the prices are like for any specific item or type of item, the Undermine Journal website, theunderminejournal.com, is an amazing website. It's run by the people that make it, but it's an amazing community website that will show you all of the auction house data that you could ever want to know for your realm on EU or NA or Oceanic or whatever. The Undermine Journal is the place to go for that stuff. It's good. So I'm gonna stop by the vendor real quick. My guild won't let me near the auction house. Hazel, I burned through my gold. Oh no. You gotta be real careful when you start investing. Like, if you're new to the game and you're gonna start flipping stuff, you want to be very careful and very conservative about what you put gold into, because there's no guarantee you're gonna get that gold back out. I've seen people completely ruin themselves by trying to start it in too big of a market too early. Like, when I first started to flip stuff, I was flipping, like, silk and linen cloth. I was buying it for, like 20 silver a piece and reselling it for, like, 50 silver a piece, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's only 30 silver a piece, but I just sold 200 of them. I made, like, 10 gold. It was fun. But I started small. And I think I still made a loss in a couple of things, but overall, I've definitely not been a loss. Why do you play a gnome? The official reason is because gnomes get a bonus to haste, and haste is extremely good for shadow priests. The unofficial reason is because gnomes are awesome. I have a gnome warrior, and my weapons are 5 times my size. It's hilarious. I love gnome warriors and gnome, like, death knights, like, tanking. I missed something. I didn't go up here. I completely forgot to do reliquary and all that. Okay, whoopsie-daisies. But yeah, I love being, whenever I'm a gnome, like if I ever want to make an alliance warrior, my alliance warrior is a night elf right now, but I love gnomes with, like, the huge weapons, because you can have just as much tankiness as, like, a Draenei. I mean, minus the racials, but whatever. But you're just a little itty-bitty dude. When your guild ain't recruiting, can you join in Guild Finder? What? If I really think about it, I play in an RP realm and I don't RP, but my main is a mage named Pyrotechnic in German. I think he would be a pretty cute mage. Do you get errors in crafting for TSM? Not usually. TSM requires updates fairly frequently. So typically I will have my Twitch app keep my TSM client auto-updated. I'm gonna go do Reliquary first. And that usually gets rid of any errors. The one error that I persistently get is an error with TSM Sniper, which honestly I just need to uninstall because I haven't been sniping stuff lately. It doesn't seem to prevent Sniper from working, but Sniper, I think, is managed not by the main TSM team. I feel like that's an auxiliary plugin. So it makes sense. It hasn't been updated for a while, and it's been giving me errors. Or maybe my update, maybe I have it set to not update, maybe I broke something. It's quite possible that it's me, but I've been getting errors with Sniper. What race should my Horde Priest be? If you are going to be a Shadow Priest, you should be an Undead or a Troll, depending on if you want to do like the Voodoo thing, or just like Undead Shadow Priests are awesome. If you're going to be a Healing Priest, you should consider a Blood Elf if you want to be like a snob, because Blood Elves look cool as priests, but I hate them. Or also an Undead. I really like Undead Priests. Undead Priests are super cool. Whenever Nixium mentions gnomes, I always think of you. Yeah, just like whenever he mentions gnomes, just like mentally in your head, just edit that he's talking specifically about me. Not gnomes, just Hazel. I have a female Dreno Warrior and 3k gold. Good. Have you heard of the coin in many faces? I love that toy. I have actually. I actually use it for a while for my thumbnail screenshots. When I was like, for my video thumbnails, you know how I'll do like an emote or whatever on like a character? After a while, I got, like, real bored of coming up with new transmog sets to wear my gnome for it. And I was like, I'm going to branch out with what kind of race and classes is. But I didn't want to actually, like, log in and name my alt or, like, come up with new sets. So I just used the coin of many faces. And then take my screenshot as whatever it turns me into with whatever mods. So if you ever see a thumbnail from me, and the character in the thumbnail looks like an alt that I don't have, it's because I used the coin of many faces. That's exactly what I did. Excuse me, what's wrong with Blood Elves? There's nothing wrong with Blood Elves, and I know a lot of people that think they're the best race in Horde, but something about them is just off to me. The laugh, you know what? I think it's because their voices sound like people that were not nice to me in high school, and I think I'm just carrying around a lot of baggage. I just gotta let it go, but they're very snooty. I get a very snooty vibe from Blood Elves. They're a little bit snobby, and I feel like there's so many cool races on Horde that Blood Elves don't really scream Horde to me. Undead are so cool, and then Trolls have like all their, like, the Troll story is so cool. And, you know, Orcs and Taurens are like really big and stompy, if you're into Orcs and Taurens and being big and stompy. And then Undead, and then Blood Elves are just like, you know, we're elves too. We're also elves. We're somewhat skinnier. Our weapons aren't very big. I play Horde solely, and I find Blood Elves we ever played. Blood Elves are played a lot. If you ever look at the, like, realm stats, I don't remember which website does it. It might be Realm Pop. But they'll break down the played classes and races and specs, and genders even by demographic. And it's really interesting to see on Horde. It's like 40% Blood Elves. There's a crazy amount of people that are playing Blood Elves on Horde. Doesn't dig Blood Elves, but she has a poster. Yeah, the poster, that's the Burning Crusade poster. That's not like a Blood Elf, actually I did have a Blood Elf poster. I don't know where I put those, but I did have one of them. But it's just like, it's part of the thing. It's just because I won't play one doesn't mean I don't think they're cool. I just wouldn't play one. Is this PvP pet battles? Yeah, what's up here? Female Blood Elf weapons are huge now. Oh, did they fix it? I haven't played one in a while, and I heard that they were doing something with it, but I didn't know that they actually fixed it. Because the weapons weapons of female Blood Elves used to scale. I should stop doing the hand motion. They used to scale to be really tiny. Whereas, like, on a female human, they would be huge. Like, you would have huge, huge weapons. So, it's good that they fixed that if they did. I mainly play Alliance because I hated the way Night Elf Demon Hunters looked all lanky and goofy. Honestly, male Night Elf Demon Hunters look a little bit funny. Like, the female ones are cool, and Blood Elf Demon Hunters of both race genders are kind of cool. But male Nelf Demon Hunters, to me, maybe it's just because they're so, like, they've got really broad shoulders, but then that, like, tight little waist. They're very triangular up top. And for whatever reason to me, it just looks like that kid in high school that, like, got old and grew up and graduated, but never quite stopped wearing eyeliner. Like, it just looks like an overgrown teenager to me, and I think it's really funny. Transmog looks good in Blood Elves? Yeah, that's true. Congrats to the 50k subs. Thank you. I'm very, very excited. I want to do 100k and get, like, the silver play button, because that's like an achievement. But it's might be a while. I'm gonna do my best. Male Night Elves have scary waistlines. Why are their waists so tight? Like, they're not unrealistic. I still think that the proportions on a female Blood Elf are a little bit more janky. But they're real little. Mind freeze is your interrupt? That's true. What about Tauren priests? I like Tauren druids. I've never played anything else on a Tauren. Tauren priests and paladins just weird me out. I understand why they did it. There's nothing wrong with their lore. They're sun dudes. They're sun dudes. But you could be an undead! I still don't have my silver play button. I'm not sure how to get it. You don't have it yet? What? You're ruining my dream right now. My dream is to be you and to also have a silver play button. How can you not have it? Just call them. Just, like, find somebody to call and be like, yo, hook it up. You owe me. What if they discontinued it? How upsetting would that be? They fixed the little weapons for blood elves in the German forum. There's a lot of threads that will complain about that. I made a male undead priest and named it Geisel. Yo, Javier, you're the man. That's great. Yo, I don't know if you're on Twitter or not, but if you are on Twitter, you should totally tweet me a screenshot. Love you, Hazel. You are the best WoW YouTuber. Aw, shucks. You should check out Hero, though. Hero makes WoW videos kind of like mine, except bigger. And he does lore videos, too. I really like his lore videos. There's nothing like watching him playing WoW on a holiday night. Is it a holiday? It might. I guess it could be a holiday somewhere that's not here. But I tend to miss holidays. I find out about holidays after they're over. Taurens should only be druids. I mean, I think most Tauren are druids because people that made horde druids before they let trolls do it. I assumed YouTube would just contact me for the button. See, that's what I figured would happen. But I mean, it's been a while. Like, you've been at above 100k subs for a little bit now. I would start banging down doors. I'd be like, yo, you owe me. You owe me one plastic trophy, please. Is there a copper play button? No, it's just silver. The first YouTube play button is silver, and you get that at 100,000 subs. There's no copper. If they added a copper one for 50k, that would be dope, because I would have it. I'd be like, gimme. Hook it up. There are over 1,000 people with 1 million subs. How many have over 100k? Quite a few. I think it's quite a few, but it's also not like it's a terribly expensive trophy for them to manufacture. I think it's a cool program. Recently, I acquired the one and only Darkmoon Rabbit and cleverly named it Monty. Actually, that's the only Monty Python video that movie that I've ever actually watched front to back. But that's a pretty good one. I like that they actually added the little red mouth on the bunny. Every day's a holiday. What are you hoping to see drop? Well, drop Black Temple. So the thing that I wanted is not going to happen now because I've already killed the boss he didn't give me. I wanted the wristbands of Divine Influence because those are the last thing that I need to finish my whole set. I have everything else from the Black Temple set, except for those wrists. But they didn't drop, so now we're just finishing the raid because Illidan could give me a Cowl of the Illidari High Lord, and that thing is just freaky. That thing is just weird looking, so obviously I want it. Hazel, have you played a prop pally before? I do prop pally stuff. I have, actually. I played a prop pally through a lot of Cataclysm as like my main alt. I did a lot of like Cataclysm dungeons. I didn't raid much. I raided once or twice in LFR, and that was very scary. But I did some prop pally Kaladin. Would you rather get sneezed on by a dinosaur or stick your hand in dino poop? I mean, it depends on how big this dinosaur is. Like, if it's a small dinosaur, if it's, like, horse-sized or smaller. Not even horse-sized. If it is... Yeah, no, horse-sized or smaller, I would rather it sneeze on me. But if it's much bigger than that, then that sneeze could get really upsetting. Also, if I have to actually be in the situation, then after it sneezes on me, it might actually eat me, which sounds very dangerous. Whereas if it's pooping somewhere, it's probably long gone. It's probably moved on with its life. I love you. Also, have you seen the add-on Immersion? It changes quest text to include the talking quest head that came with Legion. Super awesome. I did see that, actually. I haven't installed it, but I saw the preview of it on MMO Champion. I don't know if I want to get immersed or not. I don't know. I mean, I should probably try it for, I should probably try it just because lately when I've been playing WoW, I've been making an effort to just play WoW, to cut down on, like, my multitasking, because I feel like when I try and do 2 or 3 things at once, I don't do any of them particularly well, and I feel like I'm not really enjoying WoW as much as I could be. But if I'm, like, just doing WoW and I'm listening to the music, and I feel like I'm a better player, and I feel like I get more out of it. So, I should, because I feel like that would help me immerse a little bit more. Worgen should be the strongest. I don't think Blizzard knows their own lore. I think that the community takes Blizzard's lore a lot more seriously than Blizzard does, and now that they've realized that, they're like, oh, no, we gotta actually make this stuff make sense, and they're actually, like, trying, but it's kind of a retroactive try. I think for a while they were just kind of coasting along on the, like, Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3 lore, and then, like, threw out some stuff about pandas, and they're like, okay, people care. Novel's really popular on YouTube. I guess we better actually do some story stuff, because apparently people care about that. Because for a long time, it was like a meme. It was, like, a well-known fact that nobody cared about lore until, like, I didn't really hear of anybody being interested in lore, aside from, like, the odd person in my guild or whatever, until Novel got popular with his videos. And then I feel like that made lore more accessible to a lot more people, which is cool. Like, it's got a cool story. And I feel like it's easier to really enjoy the game and get excited about where you are and what you're doing when you know how it relates to the rest of the story. But in my mind, it's fairly recent. But maybe that's just because I wasn't exposed to it before then. Maybe there was always, like, a huge lore community and they were just real mad about pandas or something. I feel like Nelf are the strongest. I mean, Tauren are the biggest, right? Wouldn't the biggest person? You should do more Overwatch videos. I don't play Overwatch, but I would love to watch you. I would like to do more Overwatch videos, but I tend to limit them to when there's something that I want to talk about or show. As far as just like regular Overwatch gameplay, I could try a couple of them, but I feel like they wouldn't get a lot of, I feel like not a lot of people would watch them because this is very much a channel that's known for WoW, and people don't, even though they're both Blizzard games, I don't know if a lot of people would watch me play Overwatch. Also, I'm terrible. I am garbage at Overwatch. I'm like a gold player at best. I'm like 2100 skill rating maybe, and I'm much worse than that when I play my Genji. Oh, the Genji is the most fun. I need to switch my Genji skin. I've been wearing that evil grasshopper like Power Ranger Genji skin because I like the way that it makes the shurikens light up. But the Blackwatch Genji skin has like exposed Genji pick, and I feel like that's better. Tauren are portrayed as the strongest in lore since they're 10 feet tall monsters, basically. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if you're 10 feet tall, you can pretty much just step on anybody if you're looking for, like, physically strongest. Although, orcs are pretty ripped, and they're quite tall, too, when they actually stand up straight. What's the name of the add-on that replaces your character life and resource and puts that 3D model in? That is Shadowed Unit Frames. Shadowed Unit Frames. That is my unit frame add-on. Super, super duper customizable. It has great boss frames. If I open up /SUF, you can see you can customize like the text on it with all sorts of different things. Like these are all different things that I could have it tell me on, like, for example, the left text, like this text right here. Right now I'm having it tell me my maximum HP because that's the only way I'm ever going to find out. But if I want, I could have it tell me my percentage HP, which is it's also showing over there. I could have it show me my guild name. I could have it show me my group number, which I usually actually put on the left of my mana bar. I should put that back. Combo points, class, name, AFK status, like whatever. Put my max HP back. Like it's super, super customizable. Yo, come on, where are you at? I lost you. Here you are. Come help. What do you think of the Warcraft movie, and would you like to see in the sequel? I love the Warcraft movie. I have a bunch of Warcraft movie merch actually. I thought I have it. I bought it actually to watch at home. I thought that it was a little bit too short. I feel like they could have really fleshed out why people were doing some things. Like, they kind of skipped over a lot of the character building, and while I know people say character building is the most boring part of anything, I feel like the movie is less because, like, I feel like the movie could have been better if they hadn't skimmed over that so much and gave us a little bit more time to really get to know the characters and why they were the way they were. So I would like to see a little more character development in the next one. If they have to do more elves, I would like to see them improve the elf costumes. I feel like they didn't... I feel like they could have used some kind of a CGI, maybe, or, like, graphic effects to make the elf costumes in the Warcraft movie look a little bit less like cosplay. Because they look like good cosplay, but they very much look like cosplay. Whereas the other, like, the orcs, because they were completely CGI, were very believable as Warcraft orcs. The elves looked a little bit goofy. Do you do keystones much? Not anymore. I went through a period last patch where I was spamming keystones like all week, and that was really fun, but I just don't have time anymore. I do one a week usually to try and get my chest up. Now that I have to do a 15 every week, I might take it easy until I get some better gear. But that's about it. I just do one or two maybe. You're not prepared. Yeah, this guy's been like following me around all expansion. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not real clear what he's doing aside from like fighting demons. But works out. You don't like the shaman mech because it destroys all the lore factors. Shamans are all about asking the elements for the help, and the shaman with the mech, you're just slapping a saddle on them saying move. What if that elemental though was like a really needy elemental? Like, it's dying for something to do, it's like really antsy, and the elemental sent it to be your mount because they know that you're going to use it all the time and it'll have something to do, and all it ever wanted was just like a bunch of stuff to do. How come you're not running Midsummer Mog? I love running around as a barbecue. I took off my Midsummer Mog after, actually I had it in my other spec for a bit, but I took it off after I got the Chromie set. I finished Chromie shortly after the Midsummer thing, or maybe it was before, but I wore the Chromie set for a little bit, and then, I don't know. Now is the only time you're really going to be able to wear it is during the event, so it's a good time. Have you got Be Quiet? It removes the NPC's voice dialogue. Sometimes I like the NPC's voice dialogue, though. The Warcraft movie had some of the best CGI I've ever seen. It did, actually. It had really incredible CGI. It was just the elf costume specifically that stuck out to me as looking a little bit cheap. The rest of it was really good. People were complaining about the acting, but I thought the acting was fine. I thought Paula Patton did great as Garona. I think that they shortchanged the actors a little bit by not giving them enough material to really work with. And also, whenever I see Travis Fimmel, I can't help but to see Travis Fimmel as Ragnar from Vikings, because now that I've watched Vikings now, or at least not all of it, but I've watched a couple seasons of Vikings, and Travis Fimmel is very Ragnar as in his role in the Warcraft movie. Is Chrome limited time? Chromie is going to be available forever now, basically. They're not taking that down. That's just what it is. It's just out now. So there's no rush on the Chromie thing. Oh, I got it! Okay, so I didn't finish my set or anything, but I got myself a Cowl of the High Illidari Lord, so I can look like that. And now I don't have to do Illidan anymore, because I have all the loot that I needed from him, so when I come back here, I can just stop before Illidan, because I don't need him. I don't need him for anything, but yeah. The thing that's limited time, the big one that they added is Trial of Style is not going to be up until August. It's only going to be up for those 5 days. I hope that they make that more often, because that doesn't seem like very long, but I guess they don't want people to, like, burn out on it. He did a lot of Ragnar scoffing as Lothar, yeah. What's the countdown song? Oh, the countdown song is one of the royalty-free YouTube Creator Studio songs. You can just download it if you want in YouTube. On your dashboard, you can get to the Create section. It'll have a big list of music to download that you can use in videos and whatever. It is called Patriotic March. And then the last one was called... So there's, like, I loop Patriotic March twice, and then there's one more. I'm gonna find it. Tribal War Council, right? Yeah. So I play Patriotic March twice, then I play Tribal War Council, and that's what the countdown music is. Where's the link? I don't have a link for you. It's in YouTube. It's in the Create section. If you go to YouTube and you go to Create, oh, I just closed my stream. But if you go to YouTube, you go to Create, you're gonna see it in there. You can search for it. You don't need to be a YouTuber to do that. But in any case, I am all done. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to progress on with my day. I'm probably going to make some more videos tonight because I need to get some done for next week when I go away. You need a slut mug for a video you're making. You'll need to find out you didn't have any shame, man. That's the best kind of trans mug there is. When I see Travis Fimmel, I see his Calvin Klein thong photos. Look them up. It's so worth it. You know what? I'm going to do that. Thank you guys so much for coming. I will be doing another stream. So if it's the 23rd right now, my next stream is going to be on the 30th. So we'll be back in 1 week with another stream just like this. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.